Chapter 278. 200,000 crystal stones. You've woken up. Congratulations. Your cultivation has improved again. UDGAO said with a smile when she saw Yang Hongwu waking up. She couldn't see through Yang Hongwu, which made UDGAO more and more interested in him. Although UDGAO knew that this was a dangerous sign, she still couldn't control her curiosity. Not much. Yang Hongwu said, "It's just a small breakthrough. It's not worth mentioning. This is called not much progress." UDGAO was speechless. He had just broken through not long ago. He was only in the Violet Mansion realm and had just broken through to the arcane embryo realm. Now, he was showing signs of breaking through again. Moreover, he was a pill king and an array master. He could multitask and still have amazing performance in all aspects. How could others endure this? Those so-called geniuses were overshadowed in front of him. Even UDGAO herself had always been very proud. She thought that there was no one in the ancient desolate continent who could be compared with her. After meeting Yang Hongwu, she realized that she was a frog at the bottom of the well. The combat effectiveness that Yang Hongwu showed in this battle was not much weaker than his own. Although he might be better than him now, it wouldn't take long. At most a year, he was afraid that Yang Hongwu's strength would surpass him. In terms of resources, he might be richer than him, but he was a 7th-grade alchemist, Dan King. He had been mainly focused on alchemy all this time. If he concentrated on cultivation, then his cultivation speed would be faster and more terrifying. Yang Hongwu smiled and did not dwell on this issue. Instead, he said, "How's the giant snake?" The blood of the giant snake was not bad. The blood of the true dragon should not have been completely digested. After killing it, the true dragon's blood should have been condensed. This is the true dragon's blood. In addition, all the crystal stones add up to 200,000. UDGAO handed a bag to Yang Hongwu. "I'll take the true dragon's blood. As for the crystal stones, each of us will get 100,000. Yang Hongwu said, "Okay." UDGAO nodded and did not refuse. "The corpse of the giant snake is not useful to me. You can have it. Then I won't stand on ceremony. Thank you." Yang Hongwu nodded and put away the giant snake's corpse. This giant snake's entire body was a treasure. The snake's gallbladder and venom could be used to refine pills, and the snake's meat was also a rare material. As for the snake's skin and tendons, they could be used to refine weapons and equipment. As the holy maiden of the devil's sect, UDGAO naturally wouldn't be interested in such materials. Of course, if she wanted it, he would share it with her. There was no problem. Yang Hongwu didn't particularly care about these materials. As an alchemist, he could casually refine pills in exchange for a lot of resources. However, this could be said to be the material of a Class 7 savage beast. It was very good and rare. Moreover, Yang Hongwu planned to use the snake gallbladder to refine a type of pill, which could be used as the main ingredient. After Yang Hongwu put everything away, UDGAO asked, "How do we go now?" At this moment, Udai Jiao was completely convinced by Yang Hongwu. If it wasn't for him, then she wouldn't even have 10,000 crystal stones. How long had it been? It hadn't even been a day, and he had already obtained 100,000 crystal stones. If this continued, wouldn't he have 3 million crystal stones in 30 days? Although such a good thing didn't happen every day, with a discount, he should be able to get 1 million crystal stones. At that time, no one would be able to obtain the inheritance. Therefore, there should be subsequent challenges, which would be the real deal. Therefore, in the early stage, if he could obtain more crystal stones, he could exchange them for resources and improve his strength. That way, he would have an advantage in the later challenges. Therefore, this stage should be the time to accumulate advantages. Yang Hongwu frowned slightly. He didn't have any clue. If he could find a savage beast to lead the way, it would be much better. After thinking about it, Yang Hongwu thought of the illusion cloud rat and the cat. The illusion cloud rat had already entered the war pet space. The cat was actually hiding in his pocket and sleeping. Yang Hongwu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He didn't expect the cat to be able to shrink. This surprised Yang Hongwu. "Cat." Yang Hongwu transmitted his voice to the cat. The cat jumped out of Yang Hongwu's pocket and looked at Yang Hongwu. "Hey, brother Yang Hongwu, What can I do for you? What cute cat. I didn't know that little brother is so kind to have such a cute pet. Yu Dai Jiao's eyes lit up at the sight of the cat. Ahem, fairy, this is not my pet. I met it on the way. Yang Hong Wu explained. I think it can help us find the lairs of other savage beasts. You met it on the way? Can I raise it? Yu Dai Jiao asked. I'm afraid not, unless it agrees. Yang Hong Wu was speechless. This Yu Dai Jiao was asking him for the cat. She probably didn't even notice what he said just now. Oh, really? Yu Dai Jiao's eyes lit up. She said to the cat, Kitty, how about you and your sister? I'll be your master. The cat stood on Yang Hongwu's shoulder and turned its head to the side, ignoring her. Seeing this, Yu Dai Jiao was a bit disappointed. All right, what did you say just now? Yu Dai Jiao suddenly raised her head and asked Yang Hongwu. I said, let the cat help us find the lairs of savage beasts. Yang Hongwu said, with the cat, it'll be much easier than finding them on our own. In truth, Yang Hongwu wanted to catch a bird, a savage beast that could fly in the sky. That way, he would be able to find the lairs of savage beasts on the ground. But it was just a bird. The only bird-type savage beast in the sky was the heart-scratching bird. But now, he didn't know where that heart-scratching bird had gone. Back then, he hadn't thought it through. If he had known this would happen, he would have caught a heart-scratching bird first. He could use pills to temporarily control it. That's good. Is it called a cat? It's a good name. It's very cute. Why don't you help me talk to it and let it follow me? Yu Dai Jiao was still unwilling to give up. I can't do anything about that. Yang Hongwu shook his head. If he dared to say that, the cat would definitely turn hostile. The way it looked at him made Yang Hongwu feel a bit apprehensive. This wasn't an ordinary cat. This was the delusion breaker chinchilla. All right, fairy, did you go to the lairs? Yang Hongwu asked, sensing that there was something else in the giant snake's nest that was filled with spiritual qi. No. Yu Dai Jiao shook her head. There's a very strange power inside. It should be a restriction. I tried to go in, but there's a huge restriction. I wanted to tell you, but I forgot. Chapter 279. Chapter 279, The Amazing Value of the Breakout Pill. I keep having the feeling that there's more to it than meets the eye. It makes my heart palpitate, Yu Dai said with a slight frown. Why don't you wait outside, and I'll go in alone to take a look. If there's no danger, you can come in again. Yang Hongwu hesitated after hearing Yu Djiao's words. Yu Djiao wasn't a simple character. She naturally had her reasons for saying so. There must be danger inside. It would be strange if there wasn't any danger. No, let's go together, Yu Djiao finally said. Well, I'll be in front. You be careful behind me, Yang Hongwu warned. Although Yang Hongwu was not very familiar with Yu Djiao and could not trust her, as a man, he did not have the habit of letting a woman lead the way. After pondering for a moment, Zhang Xin tossed out the illusion cloud rat. Go and open a path for me, Yang Hongwu said. The illusory cloud rat wanted to protest, but when it saw Yang Hongwu's glare, it lost its courage. I'll go. Is this a treasure-seeking mouse? Looking at the white mouse, Yu Djiao exclaimed. No, this is the phantom cloud rat, my battle pet. Yang Hongwu said, this guy is not very useful, but it can be used as a scout. Illusion cloud rat? Yu Djiao lost her interest after hearing this. There was a world of difference between an illusory cloud rat and a treasure-seeking mouse. A treasure-seeking mouse was much more precious than an illusory cloud rat. A treasure-seeking mouse was equivalent to a huge treasury. It could search for treasures. However, this treasure-seeking mouse had almost become a legendary spiritual beast. The illusion cloud rat's scouting speed was very fast. Yang Hongwu could enter places that had been scouted by the illusion cloud rat without worry. Soon after, Yang Hongwu and Yu Djiao arrived in front of a stone door. The door was open, but the illusion cloud rat didn't enter. It was waiting for Yang Hongwu. Looking at the open stone door, Yang Hongwu's eyes lit up. There were ancient restrictions in front of the stone door. If one couldn't break these restrictions, then even if the stone door was opened, there was no way to enter. There was still the aura of the giant snake that he had killed. It seemed that this was the real cave of the giant snake. However, Yang Hongwu was very curious. Why was this giant snake not restricted by this restriction? It's here. The danger that I sensed is inside. This seal is too strange. It seems unstable, but it's actually very difficult to break this seal. I'm afraid that it would require a few fourth-step primordial spirit experts to work together to break it, Yu Dai Jiao said. Is that so? To me, this barrier is not difficult at all. Yang Hongwu took out a medicinal pill. The medicinal pill shot out and landed on the seal. Immediately, the power of the seal began to weaken. Yu Djiao's eyes widened when she saw this. What was going on? A medicinal pill had absorbed the power of the seal. Yes, it was a medicinal pill. She had lived for so many years. As the saintess of the devil sect, she was definitely knowledgeable. However, she had never heard of any medicinal pill that could absorb the power of a seal and break it. This little brother, you used a medicinal pill? Yu Dai Jiao recovered from the shock after a while. She looked at Yang Hongwu and asked. Yes. Yang Hongwu nodded. This is indeed a medicinal pill. I call it the seal-breaking pill. It can be used to break some special seals. Oh my God, there's actually such a medicinal pill. This is unbelievable. Can you refine these medicinal pills in batches? If the seal-breaking pill could be refined in batches, then it would be amazing. When entering some ruins, there would be no need for a seal master or a formation master. They could just use the seal-breaking pill directly. In that case, the status of formation masters and seal masters would be greatly reduced. If this medicinal pill were to spread, it would definitely cause a storm in the cultivation world. The biggest impact would be in the area of formations and seals. There were many ancient ruins in the ancient desolate continent. Those formations and seals couldn't be broken. If such a medicinal pill that could break the seals appeared, then these ancient ruins would be able to see the light of day again. This news would definitely shock the entire ancient desolate continent. No, even the ancient domain would be shocked. Refine in batches? Yang Hongwu shook his head and said, impossible. How can the seal-breaking pill be so easy to refine? Moreover, ordinary alchemists wouldn't be able to refine it. Currently, there's no one other than me who can refine such a medicinal pill. How many of these seal-breaking pills do you have? Can you give me some? The price will definitely satisfy you. Yu Dai Jiao suppressed the excitement in her heart. If only Yang Hongwu could refine it, then building a good relationship with him would definitely be the best choice she had made in her life. If she didn't have that special feeling towards Yang Hongwu in the beginning, she would have already become enemies with him. If that happened, then her loss would have been huge. Even if she couldn't become friends with such a genius, she definitely couldn't become his enemy. It was too terrifying. He had created a new era in the alchemy world. In fact, what Yu Dai Jiao didn't know was that this wasn't created by Yang Hongwu. These seal-breaking pills, and so on had already been refined by others. All of these originated from a pill scripture, the nature pill scripture. I don't have many seal-breaking pills. I've only refined a dozen pills. If Fairy wants, I can give Fairy 6 pills. Yang Hongwu said, all right, 6 pills it is. This seal-breaking pill is a special kind of medicinal pill. It's also a 6th-grade medicinal pill. One pill will be worth 10,000 top-grade spiritual stones. Yu Dai Jiao took out a storage pouch and handed it to Yang Hongwu. There's 60,000 top-grade spiritual stones here. Take it. Yang Hongwu swallowed his saliva and looked at Yu Dai Jiao. Why is it too little? Yu Dai Jiao frowned and said, that's right. This is a priceless item. 10,000 top-grade spiritual stones are indeed too little. However, I don't have more spiritual stones on me right now. Why don't I give you more once I get out of here? Little brother, what do you think? Yang Hongwu shook his head and said, how is it too cheap? It's too expensive. Although this medicinal pill is troublesome to refine, it hasn't reached such a terrifying price. 10,000 supreme-grade spirit stones, not 10,000 high-grade spirit stones. Chapter 280. Big Thunderhand, I haven't thought about that, Yang Hongwu said. If I can get my hands on this limit-breaking pill in the future, why don't we work together? Yu Dai coquettishly looked at Yang Hongwu and winked at him. She then said in a sweet voice, how about you give this big sister a favor? Yang Hongwu smiled bitterly. This pill is quite troublesome to refine. Plus, I need to cultivate now. The ancient desolate continent's genius meeting is in less than 3 months. I have to participate. To deal with the Zetion. With your cultivation, it shouldn't be a big problem for you to kill the Zetion 3 months later. You DGAO said. However, after you kill Zetion, you'll become the representative of the younger generation in the Eastern continent. You may encounter me at that time. In that case, you'll have to show mercy to me. Yang Hongwu was really speechless. However, regarding this matter, Yang Hongwu didn't know before. The western continent of the ancient Desolation continent was occupied by the Devil's sect, and the ancient Desolation continent he knew was only the eastern continent. In addition, the purpose of this genius assembly was to fight against the Devil's sect. Yang Hongwu's goal was not this. Of course, if there were benefits, it was not impossible to participate. In fact, I've heard that the eastern continent and the western continent are not really enemies. DGAO added. It's just that only the higher-ups know about this. As Yang Hongwu listened, he became even more confused. What do you mean? Weren't the Devil's Doctrine and the 4 great immortal mansions and 7 great sects of the Eastern Continent enemies? The so-called sworn enemy was just a facade? This news really shocked Yang Hongwu. I don't know the details either. Little brother, just don't tell anyone. It should be that the ancient desolate continent is facing a huge calamity, and the division between the eastern and western continents is actually a competition to nurture true geniuses to face that terrifying danger. In any case, I only heard about it by accident, said DGAO. Forget it. Let's not think about these things. Yang Hongwu shook his head and said, what will come will come. When the time comes, we'll just have to adapt to the situation. It's no big deal. No wonder you have such accomplishments. Not everyone has such an open-minded state of mind. Yu Dai's eyes were full of splendor as she praised. This girl was really showing signs of being infatuated. She was fine before, but now she was infatuated again. His tone was really unbearable. Let's see what's inside first. Yang Hongwu changed the topic to the cave behind the stone door. Yu Dai Jiao nodded and followed behind Yang Hongwu. The two stepped through the stone door and entered the passageway. After stepping through the stone door, Yang Hongwu frowned slightly. There was indeed a unique aura here. It seemed to be the aura of lightning. This lightning was very domineering. If a cultivator with thunder attribute were to cultivate here, it would be much better than cultivating outside. Cultivating here for one day would probably be equivalent to cultivating outside for several days. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that one could cultivate 1,000 miles in a day. Be careful. I feel something is wrong here. Yu Dai Jiao said. Yang Hongwu nodded. He felt it too. Hua Qinshua also reminded him. This place was indeed strange. Even the nameless wooden stick, dragon egg, divine dragon demon, suppressing talisman, and immortal pagoda in his body were all sending out warning signals. Yang Hongwu knew that this time, he was afraid that he would be in trouble. The seal was probably not to prevent outsiders from entering, but to prevent these things from leaving. Yang Hongwu found a skeleton in the corner. There were some strange runes on the skeleton. When Yang Hongwu saw these runes, the runes seemed to jump and turn into spirits, entering Yang Hongwu's mind. At first, Yang Hongwu was shocked. Could it be a curse? However, when he read the information, Yang Hongwu was pleasantly surprised. This was a cultivation method. Moreover, it was a very powerful cultivation method. It was not any weaker than the 10 directions killing fist that he cultivated. Rushing thunder hand, great momentum like thunder. What a good rushing thunder hand. Yang Hongwu's eyes flashed with lightning. This rushing thunder hand seemed to have some connection with the Big Dipper Thunder Formation. He faintly felt that this rushing thunder hand and the Big Dipper Thunder Formation had an indescribable relationship, and it was not simple. It was just that to figure it out, he didn't know when. Yang Hongwu also felt that if this rushing thunder hand was used in the Big Dipper Thunder Formation, its power would more than double. Earlier, if he had cultivated this rushing thunder hand, he wouldn't be in such a difficult situation. However, this skeleton only left this rushing thunder hand and did not leave any other information. For example, Who was this skeleton before his death? For example, how did he die here? And so on. These mysteries made young Hongwu very puzzled. He wanted to figure it out, and these mysteries were related to the danger he felt. Congratulations. Your luck is really too heaven-defying. Yu Dai Jiao looked at Yang Hongwu, who had obtained a cultivation method inheritance, and a trace of jealousy flashed in her heart. It was hard to imagine that he could casually obtain the inheritance of a top cultivation method. This kind of cultivation method could choose its own master, which showed how powerful this cultivation method was. It's just luck, Yang Hongwu said with a smile. He didn't expect that he would obtain such a powerful cultivation method here. After entering the Morning Soul Mountains, he had obtained 3 cultivation methods. These 3 cultivation methods were top cultivation methods, even if they were not comparable to the 9 turns of Yin Yang's secret art, but they were also very powerful. Once these cultivation methods were spread out, each of them would cause a huge shock. In the 4 major universities, these cultivation methods were the most precious treasures. What kind of cultivation method is it? Yu Dai Jiao asked curiously. I saw flashes of lightning, faintly containing the power of thunder. Rushing Thunderhand, Yang Hongwu said. Rushing Thunderhand, great power like rushing thunder. What a good rushing Thunderhand. Yu Dai Jiao took a deep breath and said, don't expose such a cultivation method easily. When facing a powerful opponent, use it to catch the enemy off guard. Yang Hongwu nodded his head. In fact, Yang Hongwu's cultivation method was not only this one type. Each type was very powerful and was not inferior to this rushing Thunderhand. Let's continue. Yu Dai Jiao said. No, wait. Yang Hongwu stopped her. What's wrong? Yu Dai Jiao saw Yang Hongwu stopping her and asked, I feel that someone is coming. This aura is very special. Yang Hongwu felt the warning of several treasures in his divine dwellings at this time. How could he not know? Chapter 281. Lin Quan's Resurrection. Oh, you're Lin Quan? Yang Hongwu was shocked. This fellow was Lin Quan. How could this be? Lin Quan was killed by him, and his soul had dissipated. How could he still be alive? Lin Quan. That's right. This fella's name is indeed Lin Quan. Speaking of which, I have to thank you for your help. If you didn't kill this fella, I would have to put in more effort. Lin Quan's eyes shone with a faint light. Demon. Yang Hongwu took a deep breath. Kid, you know about it? Lin Quan looked at Yang Hongwu and said, to think that the rushing thunder hand would choose you. Also, you have the Heavenly Dipper Thunder Formation, right? Lin Quan of Kunlun Academy? UDGAO exclaimed. You killed him. This isn't Lin Quan anymore. He's a demon spirit. Yang Hongwu said. Demon spirit? Could this be the calamity of our ancient desolate mainland? UDGAO suddenly recalled something. The Devil Sect wasn't actually called the Devil Sect, but the Sage Sect. However, because the Sage Sect was decisive in their actions and would do anything to achieve their goals, they were despised by the other sects, and thus became the Devil Sect. As it turned out, the entire ancient desolate mainland wasn't divided into eastern and western continents. It was said that after a great war, the entire ancient desolate mainland was split into 2 halves, forming the eastern and western continents. From then on, the 4 immortal mansions and 7 major sects occupied the eastern continent, while Glory Sect occupied the western continent. I'm afraid so, Yang Hongwu said. Seems like you guys know quite a lot. Seems like you guys have pretty decent statuses in the ancient desolate's mainland. Why don't you guys become my slaves? I can grant you guys immortality and allow you guys to stand at the peak of the world, becoming the overlords of this mainland. Lin Quan said, I don't care who you are, be it Lin Quan or Demon Spirit. You want me to be your slave? What a joke. You're not qualified. Yang Hongwu sneered in his heart. Demon Spirit? So what if he's a demon spirit? He was now occupying Lin Quan's body. Even though Lin Quan's strength was strong, he was still defeated by him. With UDGAO's help, he didn't believe that he couldn't kill this demon spirit. One had to know that his cultivation was much stronger than when he killed Lin Quan. Once the primordial spirit was condensed, he would be able to use the power of the primordial spirit. He also cultivated the Jingshin finger and the rushing thunder hand. These two cultivation techniques were extremely powerful. They were existences that surpassed the heaven tier. When executed, it was enough to shock the heavens and earth. "Fairy, let's attack together and kill this demon," Yang Hongwu said. "All right," Yudai nodded. The jade butterfly in her hand floated up again and danced gracefully in a beautiful manner. However, this group of beautiful butterflies contained a terrifying, murderous intent. These butterflies formed a terrifying whirlwind that enveloped Lin Quan. Not bad. Interesting. The corner of Lin Quan's mouth revealed a trace of smile, but he didn't put this attack in his eyes at all. With a wave of his hand, a black gas appeared and formed a shield in front of him. The butterflies charged forward. It emitted an ear-piercing sound that made people feel very uncomfortable. "How is this possible?" Yudai Jiao exclaimed. "My attack was actually blocked." Yudai Jiao almost couldn't believe her eyes. She was very confident in this move. It could be said that she had used all her strength. The entire space couldn't withstand this terrifying attack. That was why the ear-piercing sound was emitted. It was the sound of the air being cut. Golden Dragon War Body, activate. Yang Hongwu first activated the Golden Dragon War Body, then used the Battle Spirit Possession. Hua Qinshue's full strength also erupted. Titan Art, activate. Power erupted. The Titan Art doubled the strength, which was very powerful. Now that Yang Hongwu's Titan Art had reached the 4th level, it was much stronger than before. When the power erupted, it was 16 times stronger than before. In addition to the mysterious dragon's 9 transformations, the power was once again stacked, and the attack power became very terrifying. Of course, if it was before, Yang Hongwu's body wouldn't be able to withstand such a powerful force. However, after refining the demonic dragon's horn, his body had undergone a huge change. His body was much stronger than before. Therefore, he was able to use both the Titan Art and mysterious dragon's 9 transformations to the maximum extent that he had cultivated. Jingshun Finger, 1 finger to frighten ghosts and gods. Yang Hongwu's eyes were like a sharp knife. He raised his finger and flicked it out. This finger seemed to have come from the ancient world. Its power was amazing, and no one could stop it. It could shatter the world and break the space. This finger was like an antelope's horn, untraceable. There was no way to dodge this finger. What kind of martial technique is this? Lin Quan was shocked when he saw this finger. He wanted to dodge it, but there was no way for him to do so. That finger strike shattered the demonic chi shield and struck Lin Quan's chest. Boom! A loud sound was heard. Lin Quan was sent flying, and a fist-sized hole appeared in his chest. Good, very good. I have underestimated you. Lin Quan looked at his chest that was pierced through, and his eyes were filled with killing intent. He's still not dead? Yang Hongwu was shocked. This demon was indeed terrifying. After possessing Lin Quan's body, could it be that he had an immortal body? If that's the case, how am I going to kill him? This is troublesome. UDGAO was also shocked when she saw this scene. Yang Hongwu's attack was extremely powerful and overbearing. That aura was so powerful that even ghosts and gods would be forced to retreat. However, it failed to kill the demon. Lin Quan's heart was pierced through, but he was still not dead. How am I going to kill him? UDGAO was the holy maiden of the demonic sect, and had seen countless scenes of life and death, but she had never been so shocked and nervous. However, UDGAO did not stop there. She pulled out a hairpin from her head. It was a butterfly hairpin, and the blue butterfly looked like it was about to fly away. The hairpin shone with blue light, and the blue light burned, forming a blue flame. This was the 1,000 Nether Ice flame. It was extremely overbearing and exuded a horrifying chill. The butterfly hairpin flew out. This was UDGAO's real trump card, the 1,000 Nether Butterfly hairpin. It was an immortal tool, and an incomplete one at that. It was much stronger than Mo Chantian's ink landscape painting. Immortal tools were also divided into different grades. Mo Chantian's immortal tool was an incomplete lower-grade immortal tool, but this one was a middle-grade immortal tool, which was much more powerful than a lower-grade immortal tool. An incomplete immortal tool. Lin Kuan looked at the blue butterfly flying towards him, and a trace of surprise flashed across his eyes. This was an immortal tool. Although it was an incomplete immortal tool, Lin Kuan still did not dare to take it head-on. No wonder you're so confident. However, even though immortal tools are powerful weapons, this is an incomplete one. Plus, you guys are too weak. You're not my match. Chapter 282. The might of rushing thunder. Lin Kuan crossed his hands, and two streams of black, demonic qi intertwined. Yang Hongwu saw this. He had just used the Jingshan finger and consumed a lot of energy. However, Yang Hongwu was worried that Yu Dai Jiao might not be his opponent, so he swallowed a pill and threw out a few talismans. The talisman transformed into a terrifying lightning bolt. Numerous lightning snakes shot towards Lin Kuan. Talismans? Sixth-grade talismans? Lin Kuan's face changed. With so many talismans coming at him, he felt a lot of pressure. Especially this kind of lightning snake talisman, it would cause a lot of damage to him. Two streams of black qi formed a black demonic dragon that collided with a blue butterfly. At the same time, Yang Hongwu's lightning snake talisman also bombarded. Bang, bang, bang. A series of explosions and terrifying shock waves burst out. The surrounding stones and decorations were in a mess. It was as if a typhoon had struck. Yang Hongwu and Yu Dai Jiao stood together. Yang Hongwu immediately threw out a few more talismans. These talismans were defensive talismans, earthen wall talisman, which turned into a thick wall to block the shock waves. There was also the diamond protective talisman, which formed a layer of diamond protection on the surface of his body. So many talismans? Yu Dai Jiao was surprised. These talismans were so powerful that they should be sixth-grade talismans. She didn't expect Yang Hongwu to have so many sixth-grade talismans. Although she, as the saintess of the devil sect, could also get talismans, it was impossible for her to get as many as Yang Hongwu. She only had a few talismans and only one sixth-grade talisman. She planned to use it at a critical moment to save her life. However, Yang Hongwu was throwing out talismans as if they were worthless. How could he throw them out like he didn't care about his life? It was crazy. Could it be that he had obtained some powerful inheritance? Did he get a lot of talismans? Mysterious. This Yang Hongwu was too mysterious. She thought that she had seen through him, but it was only the tip of the iceberg. Damn it, why are there so many talismans? At this time, Lin Kuan was in a sorry state from the explosion. His whole body was black, and he looked like a beggar. His hair was messy, and his clothes were tattered. He roared furiously, going mad. This be asterisk starred. I'm M.O. Ling, the great M.O. Ling who has even killed countless true primordial spirit realm cultivators. Who would have thought that I would be in such a sorry state in front of two juniors? A mere mystic embryo realm cultivator and a third-step primordial spirit realm cultivator were unable to kill him. Damn it, I'm going to refine you into demonic corpses. Lin Kuan shouted loudly. His entire body began to change. He actually grew long fangs and sharp nails. The air was torn apart. The terrifying devil qi billowed as if it had covered the entire sky, shrouding the entire narrow space. Yang Hongwu and Yu Daijiao's faces changed at the sight of this terrifying scene. This devil spirit strength was beyond their imagination. The attacks from the two of them did not cause much damage to this fellow. What should we do? Are you trying to escape? Yu Daijiao looked at the situation before her. She had already brought out her immortal artifact. Unexpectedly, she still couldn't injure the demonic spirit severely. If this continued, she might not be a match for the demonic spirit. If the demonic spirit were to possess her, she would be in trouble. She didn't want to become the demonic spirit's slave. Let me do it. An idea flashed through Yang Hongwu's mind. When he used the Thunder Snake talisman earlier, it had caused quite a lot of damage to this fellow. It could be seen that this fellow was afraid of thunder and lightning. Yang Hongwu recalled Lin Kuan's words. The Big Dipper Thunder Transformation Formation and the Rushing Thunder Hand complemented each other. If he used them together, the power would be multiplied. He used it as soon as he thought of it. Yang Hongwu threw out the Big Dipper Thunder Transformation Formation's disc. The disc turned into 4 lightning bolts in the air, shrouding the surroundings. Pieces of spiritual chi stones turned into pure energy and poured into the formation. Yang Hongwu's speed was very fast. This move was almost done in one breath. The rushing thunder hand was used. The speed of setting up the disc was like the difference between heaven and earth compared to before. Big Dipper, thunder, transformation formation, and rushing thunder hand. How is this possible? How can you cultivate so fast? Damn it. Could it be that Ben Lei, that old fellow, still had a trick up his sleeve? Lin Quan saw Yang Hongwu setting up the thunder formation and using the rushing thunder hand. He was so skilled, as if he had cultivated for dozens of years. He didn't look like a beginner at all. This made Lin Quan's face change greatly, and he shouted loudly, "Old man Ben Lei?" Could it be that the name of the skeleton that left behind the rushing thunder hand was called Old Man Ben Lei? Humph. Lin Quan, since you know the power of the Big Dipper thunder transformation formation and the rushing thunder hand, then today is the day you die. Yang Hongwu's eyes were even brighter, full of confidence. From the change in Lin Quan's face, this rushing thunder hand and Big Dipper thunder transformation formation were the nemesis of the demon spirit that possessed Lin Quan. It was very likely that this fellow being trapped here was that Old Man Ben Lei's masterpiece. However, he didn't know why Old Man Ben Lei didn't kill this demon spirit, but only sealed it here. How could a person who could cultivate such a terrifying martial technique die so easily? However, no matter what, he had gained a huge benefit and a huge favor. Completely killing this demon spirit could be considered as revenge for Old Man Ben Lei. Kill me? What a joke, a big joke. Your cultivation is only at the mysterious embryo realm. Even after using a secret technique, you can only reach the 9th level of the mysterious embryo realm. You're not even at the first step of the primordial spirit realm. You're not qualified to defeat me. Lin Quan said loudly, "I don't believe that in such a short time, you've already cultivated the Big Dipper thunder transformation formation and the rushing thunder hand to the realm of great success." As Lin Quan spoke, he took a step forward and raised his hands again, circling them. That cloud of demon chi condensed and turned into a demon spirit that was incomparably ferocious. That demon spirit flew out and rushed towards Yang Hongwu. It was very fast and even let out a jia sound, which made people's scalp tingle. "Kill!" Yang Hongwu roared. Rushing thunder hand, rushing thunder transformation. His hands were quickly raised and dyed with a layer of purple. The thunder and lightning of the Big Dipper thunder transformation formation was activated in his hands. The power of thunder and lightning of heaven and earth was perfectly displayed on his body. The power of thunder and lightning was the most fundamental part of the rushing thunder hand. It borrowed the power of thunder and lightning of heaven and earth. The terrifying thunder and lightning destroyed all demons. Thunder and lightning rolled, as if heaven and earth had sent down a terrifying punishment. Those thick thunder and lightning turned into silver snakes under the control of Yang Hongwu's hands and crazily attacked the demon spirit. Although the demon spirit was powerful, the thunder and lightning were even more powerful. The silver snakes were filled with the power of thunder and crazily attacked. One after another, the demon spirit was killed and shattered. Chapter 283. Longevity. Ancient tree. Lin Quan's words stunned Yang Hongwu. Since when did he become Old Man Ben Lei? This is too funny. Could it be that this guy was beaten silly by me? Yang Hongwu did not care whether this guy was stupid or not. At this time, he would not let him go. Since he had the advantage, then he would go all out in a spurt of energy until he was beheaded. Yang Hongwu's attacks were each higher than the previous one. The rushing thunder hand was displayed, becoming smoother and smoother. Every move and style brought forth a powerful force of thunder, firm and overbearing. Fist after fist heavily bombarded Lin Quan's body. Lin Quan kept retreating while Yang Hongwu kept attacking. Lin Quan's breath was getting weaker and weaker while Yang Hongwu was getting fiercer and fiercer. Yu Dai Jiao looked at Yang Hongwu, who was showing his invincible might. She did not expect Yang Hongwu to be so valiant when he burst out. His speed of improvement was too amazing. Moreover, his cultivation talent was so terrifying. When he was setting up the Heavenly Dipper Thunder formation, he was still unfamiliar with it. But this time, he was able to set it up so quickly. Compared to before, it was like the difference between heaven and earth. What was more shocking was that he was practicing the Great Rushing Thunder Hand. It was too shocking. When he displayed it now, it had reached the stage of perfection. It did not seem like he had just started practicing it. There were only a few people who could do this. At least, she had never seen anyone like this. Even if it was an outstanding genius, it was impossible to master such a powerful cultivation technique to such an extent in such a short time. Suddenly, her face turned ugly. Could it be that what Lin Quan said was true? Yang Hongwu was not Yang Hongwu now, but was possessed by that old man Ben Lei? If that was the case, then it was not good. Such a situation must not happen. However, she could not attack Yang Hongwu now, because she needed the help of that old man Ben Lei to defeat Lin Quan. If Lin Quan did not die, it would be difficult for her and Yang Hongwu to kill him. In that case, both of them might die here. Die for me. Whether you're old man Ben Lei or not, you're going to die. Lin Quan was furious. His body swelled, and his sharp claws tore the air. Demonic chi was monstrous. Yang Hongwu's attack was blocked, and Yang Hongwu's body heavily. Yang Hongwu's body shook. A deep scratch appeared on his body. Blood flowed out. This! Yang Hongwu sucked in a breath of cold air. Being infected by the devil chi, his wound was burning with pain. Initially, Yang Hongwu had been suppressing Lin Quan. Who would have thought that this demon would suddenly explode? This attack had caused Yang Hongwu to be severely injured. Moreover, he had consumed a great deal of energy. The battle spirit possession was about to end, and Hua Qinxue had consumed a great deal of energy. If this continued, it would be disadvantageous for him. Looking at Lin Quan rushing over, Yang Hongwu quickly took out a talisman and threw it out. The talisman turned into a bolt of lightning and bombarded Lin Quan's head. Some of these talismans were 6th grade talismans, and some are 5th grade talismans. Yang Hongwu did not expect these talismans to kill Lin Quan. He only hoped that they could block him and give him some time to recover. After all, such a fierce attack had consumed a lot of his strength. Although his body was strong, such a huge burden was not something an ordinary person could bear. At this time, in Yang Hongwu's divine dwellings, the sprouting twig and tender leaves shook slightly. A suction force came and swallowed the demonic chi. It also released a trace of energy, making Yang Hongwu feel cool and comfortable. Good fellow, it can actually swallow demonic chi. The demonic chi was transformed into pure energy by the sapling and entered Yang Hongwu's body. This made Yang Hongwu take a deep breath. He did not know what this sapling was. It was so powerful that it could even absorb and transform demonic chi. It was too powerful. With this sapling, he did not need to be afraid of those so-called demonic chi. Yang Hongwu's eyes shot out a ray of light. He suddenly threw out a punch. This punch contained a trace of energy from the sapling. Bang! This punch landed on Lin Quan's body. If it was before, this punch would at most make Lin Quan retreat a few steps. But now it was different. Lin Quan's heart was pierced again. The place where the hole was pierced made a sizzling sound, as if it was being corroded. How is this possible? What kind of power is this? It can actually hurt my demonic source? Lin Quan's eyes widened in shock. He looked at Yang Hongwu. You're not old man Ben Lei. Although he is powerful, he can't hurt my demonic source. Who are you? Could it be that you have the longevity ancient tree? Yes, this is the power of the longevity ancient tree. The longevity ancient tree. When Yang Hongwu heard this, he was shocked. Could it be that the sapling in his body was the longevity ancient tree? Yang Hongwu had heard of the longevity ancient tree. In the ancient books, there were records of it. It was the tree of life from the ancient desolate era. It was said that it was the origin of the entire ancient desolate mainland. The longevity ancient tree was also known as the ancient tree of life. The longevity pool was the sap secreted by the longevity ancient tree. Moreover, the longevity ancient tree could bear fruits called the longevity fruit. After consuming the longevity fruit, one's lifespan would increase by 100 years. This was extremely shocking. To those who had reached the end of their lifespan, a few hundred years of lifespan was a huge benefit. If the sapling in his spiritual dwellings was the longevity ancient tree, that would be awesome. Taking a deep breath, Yang Hongwu once again unleashed a powerful attack. Rushing Thunder Hand, kill. Punch after punch, Yang Hongwu attacked wildly. This time, Lin Kuan could not resist at all. The terrifying fist energy exploded. It was like a small sun, smashing heavily on Lin Kuan's head. Poof! With a muffled sound, Lin Kuan's head exploded like a watermelon. Then, a black shadow flew out from inside. The shadow's speed was very fast. Before Yang Hongwu could react, the black shadow had already rushed into Yang Hongwu's sea of consciousness. Damn it, you've damaged my origin, destroyed my physical body, and ruined my plans. Today, I'm going to take your physical body. The black shadow let out a sharp cry. Not good. Seeing this, Yu Dgao shouted. Hua Qinxue was also anxious. She quickly entered Yang Hongwu's spiritual sea to stop the black shadow. However, the black shadow disappeared in a flash. It was extremely fast. In the next moment, it appeared in the middle of Yang Hongwu's spiritual sea. At this moment, the spiritual dwellings in Yang Hongwu's spiritual sea emitted a golden light. A ray of light sucked the black shadow in. Chapter 284. Chapter 284, A Lot of Crystals. The longevity ancient tree absorbed the devil spirit and converted it into pure soul energy, allowing Yang Hongwu's yuan spirit to grow a little. The longevity ancient tree's sapling also grew a new leaf. Yang Hongwu was delighted. It was not easy to make a breakthrough in one's primordial spirit. He did not expect that there would be such a benefit from killing this demonic spirit. In that case, if he were to encounter a few more devil spirits, wouldn't he be able to quickly break through to the peak of the spiritual refinement Heart Sutra? Of course, this was just a thought. In reality, it was too difficult. The demon spirit was not so easy to deal with. This time, he was also lucky. If it was possessed by a powerful warrior, he would not be able to deal with it at all. One had to know that Lin Kuan's strength was not considered strong, and he was killed by Yi Futian. If it had been a fourth-step primordial soul realm, would they have been able to defeat Yi Futian? Yang Hongwu wasn't confident. At least, he wasn't confident now. Lin Kuan, did you kill him, O Ling? Yang Hongwu nodded. Yes, I've already killed him. The crisis has now been resolved. Yang Hongwu put away the array disc. This time, this array disc had done a great service. Moreover, Yang Hongwu knew that the combination of the rushing Thunder Hand and the Heavenly Dipper Thunder Transformation Array was actually so huge that it was beyond imagination. Are you Yang Hongwu or Old Man Benlei? Yu Dai Jiao suddenly asked. Yu Dgao's words made Yang Hongwu somewhat puzzled. She suspected that he was Old Man Benlei. This was really a pain in the ass. Lin Kuan's words were indeed suspicious. He did not expect that it would be so easy to cultivate the rushing Thunder Hand to such a realm. I'm Yang Hongwu. You don't have to doubt me. I know what you're worried about, Yang Hongwu said. It's just that my cultivation speed is so fast. Yang Hongwu didn't care too much about it. That's right. I do suspect that your cultivation speed is too astonishing. You've only been practicing the rushing Thunder Hand for a short period of time. In fact, you haven't even practiced it before. Yet, you're using it as if you've been practicing it for countless years. I can't help but be suspicious, said Yu Daijiao. Yang Hongwu also knew that what she said made sense. If it were him, he would also doubt it. Therefore, this was very normal and understood. Don't worry, I'm not Old Man Benlei. In this world, I'm afraid the person who can take over my body hasn't been born yet. Yang Hongwu said confidently. Now that he was in his sea of consciousness, even those so-called deities or great emperors might not be able to seize his body. What a joke. The things in his sea of consciousness were all abnormal. Even he had no way of controlling them. How could he allow others to take over his body? Anyone who dared to take over his body would die. Is that what you say? How do you prove it? I don't need proof, said Yang Hongwu. Fairy Yu, it's up to you whether you believe it or not. You. Fairy Yu was really infuriated by his words. If you're really old man Ben Lei, I'll kill you to avenge Yang Hongwu. No need. Actually, it's very simple to prove it, said Yang Hongwu. Have you forgotten where this place is? Oh right, this is the territory of the person who chose the inheritor. Hearing this, Yu Dai Jiao immediately understood. If Yang Hongwu wasn't Yang Hongwu and was possessed by old man Ben Lei, that person would definitely be able to tell. Are you relieved now? Said Yang Hongwu. I believe you. However, your words just now are really infuriating. You have to compensate me, said Yu Dai Jiao. Compensate? How? Yang Hongwu said, how about this? After we get out of here, I'll concoct a batch of beauty pill for you. You have a recipe for the beauty pill? Yu Dai Jiao's eyes lit up. She stared at Yang Hongwu as if she was going to swallow Yang Hongwu whole. Yang Hongwu was startled by the look in his eyes. I have the recipe for the beauty pill, and I've concocted some. You're so well informed. Don't tell me you don't know about it. This surprised Yang Hongwu. As the saintess of the devil's sect, her information network was far better than any other sect. The entire ancient desolate continent probably knew about him auctioning the beauty pill in the Flying Phoenix Pavilion. How could the spies of the devil's sect not know about it? I was in seclusion and just came out not long ago. I only know that there's a pill king in the eastern continent called Yang Hongwu. Yu Dai Jiao said, you said that you'll concoct a batch of beauty pill for me. You're not allowed to go back on your words. Don't worry. Yang Hongwu, I'm a man of my word. After we get out, I'll concoct a batch for you. Yang Hongwu didn't care much about it. It was just a beauty pill. As long as there were enough ingredients, concocting it would be a piece of cake. He wasn't like before when he didn't cultivate the nature pill scripture. It was much easier for him to concoct the beauty pill now. Moreover, the success rate was much higher. As long as it wasn't a 7th grade pill, Yang Hongwu was 100% sure that he could concoct it. However, you'll have to prepare the ingredients yourself. All right, what ingredients do you need? Just tell me. In a woman's eyes, nothing was more important than her beautiful face. Sometimes, even her lover had to stand aside. Let's see what we got. There was a huge spiritual energy fluctuation earlier. I wonder what it was. Yang Hongwu shifted his attention to the special energy fluctuation in the stone room. He didn't know what it was. It would be great if it was an immortal item. Although he already had an immortal weapon, he couldn't use the 9-heaven mysterious Een Tower, even though it was powerful. Because the 9-heaven mysterious Een Tower was too famous. Once it was exposed, he would be in big trouble. Even if he had the identity of Elixir King, he would still be hunted down and robbed by countless experts. If it was another immortal item, he wouldn't have so many scruples. He could use it boldly against his enemies. Okay, Yu Dai Jiao nodded. As for the beauty pill, it was impossible to concoct it here. They could only wait until they got out. Before this, Yu Dai Jiao didn't want to get out so quickly. The longer they stayed here, the more treasures they would get. But now it was different. Yu Dai Jiao wanted to get out as soon as possible and complete the mission. The two of them walked into the stone room. However, the scene in front of them left them stunned. That glittering thing was simply blinding. Crystal stones. They were all crystal stones. A small mountain of crystal stones filled the entire stone room. One should know that the crystal stones obtained from killing savage beasts weren't big. But the number of crystal stones here was too huge. Chapter 285. Cat's Evolution. God, there are so many crystal stones here. It's unbelievable. Yu Dai Jiao opened her mouth wide. She could hardly believe her eyes. The total number of crystal stones here was probably more than 1 million. At this rate, they would soon have enough crystal stones to exchange for an immortal tool. That's an immortal tool. Isn't his luck too terrifying? Could it be that he's the legendary son of luck? Yu Dai Jiao took a deep breath. She had made the right choice. I'm afraid there are more than 1 million crystal stones here. This time, we're really rich. Yang Hongwu was also overjoyed. He did not expect that his luck would be so good this time. There were more than 1 million crystal stones here. He was getting closer to his goal. Incredible, Simply incredible. Are we close to your goal? Yu Dai Jiao asked. Indeed, they were not far away. An 8th grade elixir required 1,000,000 crystal stones, and an immortal tool only required 2,000,000 crystal stones. Although their current income was not 2,000,000 crystal stones, it was almost there. Yes, it's almost there. Yang Hongwu nodded. After the two of them divided the crystal stones, Yu Dai Jiao said, Now, should we continue to search or go back to exchange for some items and then come out to search for more crystal stones? What do you think? Yang Hongwu asked. If they continued, they might be able to collect 1,000,000 crystal stones. However, there are also benefits to going back to exchange for some items. It could improve their cultivation. I suggest that we go back to exchange for some items and improve our strength before coming back to search for more crystal stones. Yu Dai Jiao thought for a while and said to Yang Hongwu, Let's do as you say. Yang Hongwu nodded, indicating his agreement. The two of them divided the crystal stones. Yang Hongwu now had 700,000 crystal stones. He only needed 300,000 crystal stones to exchange for the 8th grade elixir. If the two of them combined, they would have a total of 1,400,000 crystal stones. They only needed 600,000 crystal stones to exchange for an immortal tool. Something's wrong. When he stood up, Yang Hongwu frowned. The spiritual energy here did not seem to have weakened. The huge energy did not seem to be coming from these crystal stones. What's wrong? Yu Dai Jiao asked. The spiritual energy here hasn't weakened. In other words, the true treasure here hasn't been found yet, Yang Hongwu said. When Yu Dai Jiao heard this, she also remembered. It was all his fault. The temptation of these crystals was too great, and he had forgotten about the problem of spiritual energy. That's true. However, there's no place to hide the treasure here. Yu Dai Jiao said, Could it be that it's buried underground? The floor of the stone room was no ordinary floor. These stone bricks were extremely hard. Even the terrifying attack from before did not cause much damage to them. There must be a mechanism, Yang Hongwu said. It's just that we haven't been able to find out where the mechanism is. Look carefully, Yu Dai Jiao said. That energy is so powerful. It's definitely not an ordinary item. It might be an immortal item. If we can get it, our strength will increase greatly. It will be much easier for us to kill savage beasts and obtain crystals. If it really was an immortal artifact, how would they distribute it? This was also a problem. Yang Hongwu nodded and looked carefully. Inside and out, from top to bottom, he searched carefully, but he didn't find any clues at all. However, he could clearly feel the energy. Let the illusory cloud rat and the cat look for it, Hua Qinshua said at this time. Yang Hongwu patted his head. That's right. How could he forget about the illusory cloud rat and the cat? Putting the cat aside, the illusory cloud rat was very smart. Although its strength was not great, it had lived for many years. Yang Hongwu caught the illusory cloud rat. As for the cat, Yang Hongwu could not figure it out. It always liked to sleep. Even in such a dangerous situation, it was still able to sleep. This made Yang Hongwu speechless. Ever since they entered this place, the cat had become particularly fond of sleeping. Generally, the amount of time they were awake in a day was really not much, only about 2 hours. Illusory cloud rat, look for it. There should be some treasure here. The energy here is very abundant. What is releasing it? Yang Hongwu asked. Well, I don't know. The illusory cloud rat looked for it and shook its head. I'm not a treasure-seeking rat. I'm an illusory cloud rat. My specialty is to set up illusory formations. As for opening mechanisms and finding treasures, I'm really not capable, especially in this place where there are formations and restrictions everywhere. Formations and restrictions? Yang Hongwu said. You mean this place is surrounded by formations and restrictions? This surprised Yang Hongwu. Formations and restrictions surrounded this place. Yang Hongwu was curious. Didn't he break the formations and restrictions before? Why were there still formations and restrictions? Moreover, the most important thing was that he did not find any formations and restrictions here at all. Wasn't this too shocking? After all, he and Yu Dai Jiao had just had a shocking battle with Lin Quan. who was possessed by the demon spirit. Such a battle spread everywhere. How could it not touch the formations and restrictions? Unreasonable. This is too unreasonable, isn't it? What was going on? Even the illusory cloud, Rat, did not know about it. This was indeed unexpected. However, it was also because of this that Yang Hongwu became more excited. This mystery proved that the thing hidden here was not simple. It was very likely that there was a treasure comparable to an immortal artifact here, just as UDGAO had said. You don't know. What about the cat? Maybe it knows. Yang Hongwu frowned and said, the cat is so sleepy now. Is there a problem? Yang Hongwu had unknowingly regarded the cat as his companion. He asked the illusory cloud, Rat worriedly. Well, in fact, this little cat should be evolving. That's why it's so sleepy, the illusory cloud rat said. Evolving? Isn't already a chinchilla? Evolving? What level can it evolve to? Evolve into a true dragon? Yang Hongwu was stunned when he heard this. Could it be that a cat could really evolve into a true dragon? Chapter 286. Gem of Life. Yang Hongwu was helpless. He did not expect the cat to be in a deep sleep at such a crucial moment. What should I do? Am I going to return empty-handed after entering a mountain of treasures? Yang Hongwu was depressed. However, it's not impossible to break the formation here. You can try using the restriction-breaking pill, said the illusion cloud rat. Yang Hongwu thought about it and agreed. He was not a formation master. If he tried using the restriction-breaking pill, he might be able to break the formation. What's wrong? Is there no way? Yu Dai Jiao asked when she saw Yang Hongwu frowning. No, I'll try using the restriction-breaking pill to see if it can break the formation. Yang Hongwu took out 4 pills. They were the restriction-breaking pills. Yang Hongwu shot the pills out, and they landed in the 4 corners of the stone room. The 4 restriction-breaking pills suddenly burst out with light as the invisible restrictive spell formation finally appeared in front of Yang Hongwu. A stone door appeared in front of him. It was another stone door. Yang Hongwu took in a deep breath. This seal was indeed powerful. To think that it could conceal itself and even block such a powerful attack. The person who set up this formation was definitely a top-tier formation master. It might be an emperor-level formation master. It's here. Yu Dai Jiao was ecstatic when she saw the stone door. She jumped up and shouted. Yang Hongwu nodded. I didn't expect the restriction-breaking pill to be so useful. If it wasn't for the restriction-breaking pill, he might not be able to find it even if he searched for a year. The power of the restriction-breaking pill was beyond his imagination. Let's go. I can't wait to see what's hidden in here. It's so mysterious, said Yu Dai Jiao. No, there's no hurry. Yang Hongwu saw that UDGAO was in a hurry and was about to walk forward. He quickly pulled her back. It was absolutely impossible to go in rashly like this. This place was so hidden. So how could it be so simple? What, there was a big guy inside? Or was there some kind of terrifying mechanism or restriction? It was better to be careful. As the saying goes, caution is the parent of safety. What happened? You rushed in so recklessly. If there is any danger, it won't be a joke, Yang Hongwu said. Oh, if you didn't mention it, I would have forgotten. Yu Dai Jiao's heart warmed. She didn't expect Yang Hongwu to care about her so much. Little White, it's time for you to work, Yang Hongwu said to the illusion cloud rat. What an unscrupulous master. I have to do all the dirty, tiring, and dangerous work. The illusory cloud rat mumbled to express its dissatisfaction. However, it was not slow at all. It moved very quickly and turned into a white light. In the blink of an eye, it arrived in front of the stone door. The tall stone door slowly opened in front of the illusion cloud rat. After the stone door opened, the illusion cloud rat went inside with a swoosh. Yang Hongwu and UDGAO followed behind it and entered as well. The scene inside the stone door shocked Yang Hongwu and UDGAO. There was an altar-like platform inside. On the platform, a green crystal gem was floating. That gem was full of vitality. A huge amount of energy was being emitted from that gem. Yang Hongwu was even more shocked. The longevity ancient tree in his divine dwellings was actually emitting thumping sounds. It was like a heartbeat. The rhythm was the same as the vibration of the gem on the platform. At this moment, The illusory cloud rat quickly rushed up with saliva dripping from its mouth. What a big life gem! Bang! The illusory cloud rat rushed up, but was bounced back by an invisible force. It crashed heavily into the wall. Yang Hongwu was shocked, but also felt lucky. The illusory cloud rat had suffered a lot. The force was not light. Ah, it hurts. The illusory cloud rat crawled up and cried. It can talk. Is this a 7th level savage beast? DGAO's jaw dropped when she heard the illusory cloud rat speak. Previously, Yang Hongwu had communicated with the illusory cloud rat and the cat using their mental strength. Therefore, DGAO couldn't hear them at all. But now, the illusory cloud rat was dizzy from the impact and spoke unconsciously. Yang Hongwu pulled a long face. What a jerk, but she would find out sooner or later. He could not hide it for long. I don't know if this guy is a 7th level savage beast or not, but it is quite mysterious. I used the blood pet elixir to turn it into my battle pet, Yang Hongwu explained. Blood pet elixir? You can make blood pet elixirs? DGAO was even more surprised. That was the blood pet elixir, the best thing to use to tame a battle pet. The success rate could be over 50%. If the quality of the elixir was good, the success rate could be over 90%. A battle pet could play an amazing role in a battle and could not be ignored. The more powerful a battle pet was, the more useful it would be in a battle. The difference between a person with and without a battle pet was not something that could be easily made up for. In other words, a person with a battle pet and without a battle pet would have an extra helper. Also, a battle pet could cooperate well with a battle pet. The illusory cloud rat was almost as good as the twins. The blood pet elixir was precious. Only a handful of people in the Devil's Doctrine had a battle pet, and they had all relied on the blood pet elixir. The blood pet elixirs could only be found in ancient relics. A blood pet elixir was as valuable as a 7th level elixir. Yes, I can refine the blood pet elixir, but it is not easy to find the elixir. If you have the blood spirit grass, the main ingredient for refining the blood pet elixir, I can help you refine one, Yang Hongwu said. Really? I will ask someone to find the blood spirit grass when I go out. DGAO was pleasantly surprised. She did not expect that Yang Hongwu could make so many lost elixirs. The beauty elixir and the blood pet elixir were all elixirs that had been lost for countless years. It was amazing that he could make them. Yang Hongwu said, "Don't worry. You can find me at any time." With that, Yang Hongwu focused his attention on the green gem again. This gem has such a huge amount of life energy. What kind of gem is it? Yang Hongwu asked. I think I have seen this gem in an ancient book. Yes, it is the gem of life. It contains a huge amount of life energy. It is said that the gem of life can bring the dead back to life, DGAO said. If it was really the gem of life, it would be amazing. The value of the gem of life was no less than that of an immortal artifact. It might even be more precious than an immortal artifact. The gem of life can bring the dead back to life. Yang Hongwu was surprised. The effect of bringing the dead back to life was too shocking. Chapter 287. Sure, Bauer, regardless of whether it's the gem of life or not, this gem isn't simple. But how do I get it now? The illusion cloud rat was sent flying in an instant. It was clear that it was not easy to obtain the gem. Let's try the restriction-breaking pill, DGAO said. It was all thanks to the restriction-breaking pill that they were able to enter this place. Since the restriction-breaking pill was so powerful, could it also break the restrictions here? Yang Hongwu nodded. He took out a few more restriction-breaking pills and threw them at the gemstone. However, the restriction-breaking pills turned into a stream of air and were absorbed by the gemstone. Yang Hongwu and DGAO widened their eyes in shock. It had actually been absorbed. What was going on? The two couldn't help but take a few steps back. This was most likely not a life gem, but he had never heard of a life gem being able to absorb the energy of a pill. What's going on? It's too strange, Yang Hongwu said. I'm afraid this isn't a life gem. DGAO also felt a chill down her spine. If she got too close, she would end up like the pill. Wouldn't that be a disaster? His heart was palpitating. Mother Vastress Kerr, this was too terrifying. If he wasn't careful, he would be finished. What is this thing? Yang Hongwu didn't want to give up like this. What was certain was that this thing was definitely a treasure, and an extraordinary one at that. Yang Hongwu wasn't willing to give up like this. However, this thing was too strange, and Yang Hongwu didn't want to risk his life for it. This is a life gem. A weak voice sounded in Yang Hongwu's sea of consciousness. Who is it? Who is speaking? When Yang Hongwu heard the voice, he was immediately shocked. It's me, said the voice. I am the sapling of the longevity ancient tree, the sapling in your castrum divinitas. The longevity ancient tree? When Yang Hongwu heard that, he was overjoyed. The longevity ancient tree had its own sentience. Its voice sounded young and clear, like that of a little girl. Yes, my name is Nini. Grandpa gave me this name. Nini, you said that was the gem of life, but is the gem of life really that strange? Yang Hongwu asked. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. That life gem can automatically absorb the energy of non-living creatures, Nini said. It can't automatically absorb the energy of living creatures. Yang Hongwu was a little confused. However, he finally understood that the gem could not absorb his life force. He was sure of that. Are you saying that this life gem is harmless to me? Yang Hongwu asked. That's right. Not only is there no harm to Big Brother, but there are also huge benefits. It can help Big Brother cultivate, and it can also help Big Brother heal the hidden injuries in your body. In addition, it can also help Nini grow. Nini said, if Big Brother keeps this life gem in your divine abode, then Nini can grow up quickly and help Big Brother. But how can I keep this gem of life? Yang Hongwu asked. It seems like it doesn't want to let people touch it. Yang Hongwu did not believe that there was a restriction. If there was a restriction, then the restriction would definitely be broken by the restriction-breaking pill. Even if there was no way to break it, the restriction would still appear. But in fact, there was no reaction at all. This proved that there was no restriction around the gem of life at all. You have to communicate with it and make it willing to go with Big Brother, Nini said. The gem of life is alive. How do you communicate with it? Yang Hongwu thought for a while and said, this was not going to be an easy task. Communicate with it with your heart. When Yang Hongwu heard that, he was speechless. Communicate with a stone with your heart? The gem of life was also a stone. It was really a pain in the ass. However, there was nothing he could do about it. After all, it was a treasure, and an extraordinary one at that. If it were other people, they would not think this way. It was something they could only wish for. Not to mention communicating with a stone, they would even be willing to marry a stone and hug it for the rest of their lives. Yang Hongwu closed his eyes and used his mental power to communicate with the gem of life. But there was no reaction at all. He could not help but feel a little depressed. Nini, that stupid stone is not responding to me at all. What should I do? Well, if that's the case, then I'll go communicate with it, Nini said. After a while, Nini's voice sounded in Yang Hongwu's mind again. Big Brother, Sister Stone agreed, Nini said. Big Sister. Yang Hongwu was shocked by the way she addressed him. How could a rock be differentiated by gender? However, this cannot be said. If the gem of life got angry, wouldn't he be in trouble? If the cooked duck flew away, he would have nowhere to cry. As Yang Hongwu was speaking, the gem of life turned into a green light and shot directly into Yang Hongwu's forehead, entering his spiritual abode. Yang Hongwu could not help but sigh in his heart. There were a lot of things living in his spiritual abode. No, there were a lot of masters living in it. Yang Hongwu had no way to completely command these masters in his spiritual abode. For example, he could use the immortal pagoda, but only a part of its functions was unlocked. He had not even seen the weapon spirit. In any case, these fellows were free to enter and leave his spiritual dwellings as they wished. They seemed to be the same kind of people. As the master, he did not have the slightest bit of authority. Well, what's your sister stone's name? Yang Hongwu looked at the green gem in his spiritual abode. It was crystal clear and exuded a breath of life, making Yang Hongwu feel very comfortable. He felt much more refreshed and energized. Yang Hongwu knew that this was the benefits of the gem of life. My name is Bauer. I'll be living in your spiritual abode from now on. However, you have to promise to refine more elixirs for me. I think you have a 7th grade elixir. It's very good. I'll accept it, Bauer said coolly. As he spoke, the green light flashed. Yang Hongwu was shocked when he heard this. He quickly checked the 7th grade king elixir in his storage space. When he looked, it was gone. It had turned into a pure medicinal power and entered his spiritual abode, where it was absorbed by the gem of life. Damn, this was a damn robber. His 7th grade king elixir, which he had prepared to break through to the primordial spirit first step, had been absorbed by this stupid stone. Ruthless, too ruthless. Not only did Bauer live in his spiritual abode without paying rent, but he even King snatched his elixir. Damn it, really damn it. Yang Hongwu was about to curse and ask for the elixir back when he felt a surge of life force entering his body. All the subtle injuries in his body were all healed, and his lifespan was constantly increasing. Yang Hongwu could clearly feel this. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It increased by 50 years before it stopped. A 7th grade king elixir had increased his lifespan by 50 years. Chapter 288. Water of Life. Then, to Yang Hongwu's surprise, a drop of sparkling green water floated in the air. This is the longevity pond's water. What longevity pond? This is the water of life, Bauer said. What an ignorant country bumpkin. Yang Hongwu's face suddenly turned black when he heard this. Damn, I've become a country bumpkin. However, compared with these guys, I'm really illiterate. I don't know anything. The water of life is the condensation of the life force between heaven and earth. Other than Nini and I, very few creatures can produce the water of life, Bauer added. This drop of water of life is a bargain for you. After saying that, the drop of life water merged with Yang Hongwu's body. Yang Hongwu immediately felt his body strengthen once more. His vitality was several times stronger than before. Even his gene levels seemed to have changed. The water of life was simply too shocking. His current lifespan was probably far beyond that of an ordinary primordial spirit realm, ancient martial art practitioner. Don't disturb me if there's nothing else. Also, you have to give me a grade 7 pill every month, Bauer said. Yang Hongwu's face darkened. You'd better leave. A 7th grade pill every month. Although I'm an alchemist, I still can't make a 7th grade pill out of thin air. Moreover, even if I have the materials, I may not be able to successfully refine it. This Bauer actually dared to demand an exorbitant price. F***CK, not to mention whether or not he could refine it. Even if he could, what about the ingredients? Where can I find it? What a joke. Even if he killed himself, he wouldn't be able to obtain so many materials to refine tier 7 pills. Medicinal herbs? Bauer asked. You mean we can refine it as long as we have medicinal herbs? No, the 7th grade elixir that you swallowed previously was something that I refined with great difficulty. Now, I have only refined one. I originally intended to break through to the primordial soul realm, but it was swallowed by you. Yang Hongwu still had a lot of resentment when it came to this. In the long run, that drop of life water would be of great help to him, far surpassing the value of a tier 7 elixir. However, in the short run, he urgently needed to increase his cultivation base. He needed to explode in the ancient desolation continent genius competition 3 months later. He needed to defeat all his opponents and kill Zetian. If Yang Hongwu used all of his trump cards, he still had a lot of confidence. However, he couldn't reveal these secrets. Otherwise, he would be hunted down by the entire ancient desolate continent or even the entire ancient region. Even if he thought that his talent was outstanding, he would not dare to face the pursuit of the entire ancient desolate continent and the entire ancient region. Bauer paused for a moment before saying, a 6th grade elixir is fine, but 100 of them per month. All of them must be of perfect quality. Yang Hongwu rolled his eyes. This was too much of a scam. 100 pills per month? Wouldn't that make him a full-time alchemist? No, absolutely not. I can't do that either. I still have to cultivate. How can I refine elixirs for you all the time? Yang Hongwu refused. He had to refuse. There was no room for negotiation. Do you know how precious my life water is? Do you know how much I can help you, By living in your body? I just want you to refine some elixirs. I don't even need you to provide the ingredients. Don't you know how embarrassing you are? Bauer said angrily. If it weren't for Nini, do you think I would live in your knowledge, see? You. Don't you. If you don't want to, you can leave. Yang Hongwu was really annoyed. So what if you have a life gem? You want this and that. Can I become an expert without it? Can I break through? What a joke. You are too hateful. I'm going to teach you a lesson today. Bauer was infuriated. She turned into a beautiful woman in green. She raised her eyebrows and glared at Yang Hongwu's primordial spirit. Her hands released a green glow that was extremely dazzling. Don't be rash. Big brother, sister sure, we're all family. There's no need to be so rash. It'd be terrible if something were to happen, said Nini, who frantically tried to stop Bauer. After being stopped by Nini, Bauer said angrily, for Nini's sake, I'll let you go this time. If you can't give me 100 6th-grade elixir pills, how about 50? 50 6th-grade elixir pills in exchange for a drop of life water. This is the limit of my tolerance. Let me tell you, my patience is limited. If you keep talking, I'll kill you. Even if Nini tries to stop me, she won't be able to save you. Yang Hongwu was annoyed by his threatening words. What the F***CK? How dare you be so arrogant? Isn't it just a stupid stone? However, Yang Hongwu decided not to provoke Bauer further after seeing the pleading look on the little girl's face that Nini had conjured up. Okay, I promise you, but I need enough materials. If I can't find enough spiritual herbs, I can't cook without rice. I can't do anything about it, Yang Hongwu said. Of course, I've thought about this problem. Don't worry about it, Bauer said. Let's go out first. I know where to find an herb garden. Yang Hongwu's eyes lit up when he heard this. A herb garden? Didn't it mean there would be a lot of spiritual herbs? When he got the herbs in the herb garden of the Greedy Wolf sect, he was already shocked. If there was a herb garden here, it should be as good as the one in the Greedy Wolf sect, right? If it weren't for the climbing vine in the herb garden of the Greedy Wolf sect, there would be much more spiritual herbs of higher quality in the herb garden. The climbing vine was a very domineering divine vine. Generally, it wouldn't allow other flowers, plants, and spiritual herbs to grow around it. At this time, Udgao came back to her senses. She looked at Yang Hongwu and asked, "Are you okay? Did the gem enter your glabella?" "I'm fine." Yang Hongwu shook his head and said, "Don't worry. That is indeed the gem of life. Moreover, the gem of life already has its own spirituality. It chose to follow me." "Really? That's great." Udgao wasn't jealous. Instead, she was very happy. This made Udgao somewhat surprised. According to reason, she also had the opportunity to obtain this gem of life. However, she didn't get it, yet she didn't feel unhappy. Instead, she felt happy for Yang Hongwu. This made Udgao somewhat puzzled and restless. Could it be that she had fallen in love with him? Chapter 289. Duanli, no need for that. This is your opportunity. Udgao shook her head. I will have my own opportunity too. It's just that the time hasn't come yet. In fact, Udgao knew that it would be too difficult for her to get such an opportunity. She thought that she was already very lucky to get a broken immortal tool. However, she didn't expect that there would be someone with such terrifying luck. If it was anyone else, they wouldn't be able to get the gem of life. However, Yang Hongwu recognized it as its master. How could she not be shocked? The two of them left the stone room. They were ready to go back to exchange for items. They had a great harvest this time. They could exchange for some items that could improve their cultivation. Yang Hongwu also had the same plan. There were many good things in the Hall of Inheritance. Once he exchanged for them, his strength would definitely improve by leaps and bounds. Moreover, killing was not prohibited outside the Hall of Inheritance. If he couldn't compete with others because he didn't exchange for the items, it would be very unpleasant. Although Yang Hongwu had no problem escaping, who would be willing to run away all the time? The two of them rushed back. When they were about to reach the Hall of Inheritance, they met a person. This person was dressed in black and wrapped himself tightly. Only a pair of eyes could be seen. That pair of eyes was filled with a sinister expression. "Hand over your crystals." A hoarse voice came from his mouth. Yang Hongwu and Udgao looked at each other. Who was this guy? He was so arrogant that he dared to have designs on the two of them. Was he tired of living? Or did this guy take the wrong medicine and forget who they were? I'll say it again. Hand over your crystals. Otherwise, both of you will die. Who are you? How dare you be so arrogant? Don't you know who we are? Yang Hongwu said. I know. Aren't you the saintess of Devil's Sect? And Pill King Yang Hongwu? The person said coldly. Others might be afraid of you, but I, Du Wanli, am not. Du Wanli? You are the traitor of the Devil's Sect. Du Wanli? You died, Jiao exclaimed. Du Wanli was the most outstanding genius of the poison sect, a branch of the Devil's Sect 10 years ago. His poison skills had reached the acme of perfection, and he had already become a grade 6 poison master 10 years ago. Back then, Du Wanli's beloved woman had been fancied by the son of the poison sect's sect master and forcefully taken away from him. This had thoroughly enraged Du Wanli. Although Du Wanli was already a grade 6 poison master at the time, his cultivation was only at the 3rd level of the arcane embryo realm. On the other hand, the sect master of the poison sect, Kang Yanin, was a powerful cultivator who had long reached the 4th step of the primordial spirit realm. Moreover, he was also a grade 6 poison master who had been a grade 6 poison master for a long time. How could Du Wanli be his match? Kang Yanin heavily injured him and tossed him out of the poison sect. But who would have thought that Du Wanli would completely erupt after his injuries? A terrifying poison erupted from his body. This poison was so terrifying that even Kang Yanin, a grade 6 poison master at the 4th step of the primordial spirit realm, had no way of dispelling it. Aside from those who'd broken through to the 2nd step of the primordial spirit realm, everyone else in the poison sect who'd been lower than that had been poisoned to death. Even those who'd broken through to the 2nd step of the primordial spirit realm suffered varying degrees of injuries. The entire poison sect had fallen from being the 2nd most powerful sect of the Devil's Sect to being a 3rd-rate sect. This battle had completely spread Du Wanli's name throughout the world. Du Wanli's name became a taboo in the Devil's Sect from then on. Almost no one brought it up anymore. Who would have thought that Du Wanli would appear here? How could you die, Jiao, and not be shocked? I didn't think that someone would still remember my name after 10 years. Du Wanli's eyes were like a viper's, making Yang Hongwu feel very uncomfortable. Since you know my name, hand over the item and I'll spare your lives. Senior brother Du Wanli, don't call me senior brother. I'm not worthy of it. Before Udgao could finish her words, she was interrupted by Du Wanli. He said coldly, if you don't hand over the crystal stones, then die. Do you want the crystal stones or your own life? I will give you 10 breaths of time to consider. What a big tone. Yang Hongwu couldn't stand Du Wanli's arrogance. He'd just been threatened by the Sure Bower, and now Du Wanli was being so arrogant. He didn't put him in his eyes at all, as if he was a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. I'd like to see what you're capable of as a 6th-grade poison master. You're courting death. Du Wanli's eyes flashed coldly. So what if you're a 7th-grade alchemist? You're not a 7th-grade healer. If you were, I wouldn't have dared to cause trouble for you. But you're really a 7th-grade alchemist. Alchemists may be powerful and have a high status, but they can't directly detoxify the poison. My poison is unparalleled in the world. No one could detoxify it. Saying that, Du Wanli waved his hand, and a cloud of black mist flew towards Yang Hongwu. Pure Yang primordial fire, refine. Yang Hongwu roared. Pure Yang true qi revolved and condensed into pure Yang true fire. He wanted to refine the poisonous fog. However, what shocked Yang Hongwu was that the poison mist was able to extinguish his pure Yang primordial fire. Its speed was too fast. His pure Yang primordial fire was too far behind. In just a few breaths of time, his pure Yang primordial fire was completely extinguished. Damn it! Yang Hongwu couldn't help but curse in his heart. He was too careless. He didn't think that the poison mist would be so powerful. It was truly as its name suggested. In the ancient, desolate continent, there was probably no one who could match him in terms of poison techniques. Even in the ancient domain, there weren't many people who could match his poison techniques. What should I do? Yang Hongwu was very anxious. Wherever the poison mist went, everything would be corroded. It was like the yellow spring, corroding everything. Dancing butterflies. UDGAO shouted and released her immortal artifact, the jade butterfly. The jade butterfly turned into a swarm of fluttering butterflies to attack Du Wanli. His poison technique was very powerful, but Du Wanli's strength was still very weak. After so many years, he was still only a second step primordial spirit realm. How could a second step primordial spirit realm poison master withstand such a powerful attack? Attack Wei to rescue Zhao. This was UDGAO's idea. Du Wanli snorted. His eyes were filled with contempt. So what if it's an immortal equipment? Watch me break it. Saying that, Du Wanli flipped his right hand. A black stone appeared in his palm. Du Wanli threw the black stone out. It turned into a huge seal. There was a conspicuous word on the seal, poison. It was the word poison. Chapter 290. The king of poison. The word poison was filled with terrifying corrosiveness, emitting a strong stench. Bang! After a muffled sound, Yudai Jiao's jade butterfly was sent flying. How is this possible? Yudai Jiao cried out. Her jade butterfly was an immortal tool. Although it was just a broken immortal tool, it was still an immortal tool. How could it be sent flying so easily? Can't even withstand a single blow. Du Wanli sneered. Don't think that you're invincible just because you have an immortal tool. You're still far from it. The poison seal turned and flew toward Yang Hongwu. It actually brought out a small whirlwind. Wherever the whirlwind went, it destroyed everything. Everything that was touched by the whirlwind was all corroded. Yang Hongwu's face changed. He did not expect Du Wanli to be so monstrous. Even Yudai Jiao's immortal tool could not withstand it. Could it be that he had to use his trump card? The poison seal carried a foul stench. The small whirlwind formed by the poison seal was terrifying. Yang Hongwu felt that it was troublesome. Big brother, it's okay. Don't worry. Sister Bauer and I can deal with it. A clear voice came from the divine dwellings. Nini, this poison seal is no small matter. Can you really deal with it? Yes, big brother. Just watch. After saying that, Yang Hongwu saw a green light flashing from Nini's body. The green light shot out like an arrow and hit the center of the small whirlwind. Immediately, the small whirlwind exploded. The Shurbauer also released a ray of light that turned into a small net and covered the black poison seal. The black poison seal was trapped by the small net. After struggling for a while, it fell down. Du Wanli's eyes widened. This was beyond his expectation. Although his poison seal had not reached the immortal tool level, it was refined by Du Wanli with great effort. After being tempered by thousands of poisons for more than 10 years, it was able to repel Yudai Jiao's immortal tool with just one hit. What is that small net? It's so powerful. After killing them, this thing will be mine. Good, very good. I didn't expect you to have such a treasure. No wonder you're so arrogant. This thing is mine. Du Wanli's eyes flashed with a cold light as he struck out a seal. That black poison seal once again floated up. Shurbauer, who was in the Yang Hongwu divine abode, snorted coldly. How could it be that simple? If I let you take it back so easily, would I still be able to survive? The net flashed. With a whoosh, it flew up and sucked the poison seal into Yang Hongwu's glabella. Du Wanli instantly lost his sense of the poison seal. His entire body shook as his eyes flashed with disbelief. He had actually lost the ability to sense the poison seal. What did you do? Du Wanli was incomparably shocked. The poison seal was something that he had painstakingly refined. It contained his spiritual imprint. How could it be taken away by someone else without him sensing it? What did you do? Yang Hongwu sneered. Your poison technique is useless against me. Now, hand over your crystal, and I may spare your life. Upon hearing this, Du Wanli laughed wildly. This is the biggest joke I've ever heard. Who do you think you are? Even the leaders of the 4 great academies don't dare to talk to me like this. You think that by temporarily controlling my poison seal, you can deal with me? You're too naive. I'll show you what a real poison master is. As he spoke, Du Wanli moved, waving his hands continuously. Clouds of strange mist were emitted from his hands, forming many poisonous creatures. scorpions, poisonous snakes, centipedes, and so on. They were densely packed, making one's scalp tingle. Let the 9-chill centipede come out and try, Hua Qinshue said. Yang Hongwu moved his mind and released the 9-chill centipede. Now, the 9-chill centipede was only in the middle stage of level 6. The gap between them wasn't small. Moreover, facing a terrifying poison master like Du Wanli, Yang Hongwu was still somewhat worried. The 9-chill centipede had been with him for so long. Not to mention that it had made great contributions. It had done many things for him. Don't worry, it's fine. The reason why the 9-chill centipede hasn't made any progress is because it lacks poisonous creatures. This 9-chill centipede isn't as weak as you think. With these poisonous creatures, it can make the 9-chill centipede progress further. Hua Qinshue saw Yang Hongwu's worry and explained. Yang Hongwu nodded and said, I hope you're right. After the 9-chill centipede was released, it saw so many poisonous creatures, and its eyes lit up. With a swoosh, it rushed out and entered the densely packed poisonous creatures. Its body grew bigger, and its huge mouth was constantly devouring these poisonous creatures. Seeing the 9-chill centipede released by Yang Hongwu crazily devouring his poisonous creatures, Du Wanli's eyes widened and his mouth opened wide. He cried out involuntarily, King of 10,000 poison. How is it possible? How can you have the king of 10,000 poison? King of 10,000 poison. Yang Hongwu was stunned. His 9-chill centipede was also the king of 10,000 poison. So awesome. His luck was so strong. He just casually got a 9-chill centipede, and it became the king of 10,000 poison. The king of 10,000 poison. Just hearing this name was already very awesome. This is mine. It's all mine. With the king of 10,000 poison, I can break the shackles and truly enter the primordial spirit realm. My luck is really too good. Du Wanli was shocked at first. Then he was overjoyed. His entire being was excited to the extreme. It was as if he had entered a state of madness. With the king of 10,000 poison, once I enter the primordial spirit realm, sage sect, devil sect for great academies, they will all have to bow down to me. Haha. Hearing this guy's arrogant voice, Yang Hongwu rolled his eyes. This guy must be crazy. Eat. I want to see how much the king of 10,000 poison can eat. Du Wanli stared at the 9-chill centipede as if he was looking at a rare treasure, as if he was looking at his beloved woman. That look in his eyes made Yang Hongwu feel extremely disgusted. What's the king of 10,000 poison? Yang Hongwu had never heard of the king of 10,000 poison before. Hence, he asked Hua Qinshue. The king of 10,000 poison is a horrifying poisonous creature. Legend has it that it is an evil creature that evolved from the cancer of the universe. Hua Qinshue explained. Sister Hua is wrong. It's not like that. The so-called king of 10,000 poison is just the pet of the emperor of 10,000 poison. Nini retorted. Yes, it's an ugly big toad. It's not a centipede, and it's not as cute as Little Nine. When Yang Hongwu heard this, his face was filled with black lines. Emperor of 10,000 poison. Oh my God. Based on Nini's tone, she seemed to have seen the emperor of 10,000 poison. This was unbelievable. Emperor, that was a real emperor. Chapter 291. Terrifying poison, Arts Little Nine crazily swallowed those poisonous creatures. But Du Wanli's poisonous creatures seemed to be endless. They were constantly being released. Du Wanli simply took out a bag. That bag was like a bottomless pit. Poisonous creatures were constantly crawling out from it. Even Du Wanli's palm had a black vortex. From the black vortex, a terrifying poisonous gas was being released. It was multicolored and very strange. Retreat. This poisonous mist is extremely terrifying. DGAO's expression greatly changed when she saw the multicolored poisonous mist. She pulled Yang Hongwu back. What's so special about this poison gas? Back when Du Wanli was just a direct disciple, he awakened the poison gas in his body and destroyed the entire poison sect, said Yudai Jiao. Yang Hongwu was shocked as well. A direct disciple had destroyed an entire sect. That was how terrifying the poison gas was. It was shocking to hear that it could become a sect. Don't worry about the poison gas. It's the best tonic for little Nine, said Nini. Yang Hongwu was pleasantly surprised. Nini, is that true? Don't be surprised. Although little Nine isn't the king of 10,000 poisons, he has the bloodline of the king of 10,000 poisons. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that he's a descendant, said Sherbauer. As for the poison gas, Nini and I are in your body. Even the king of 10,000 poisons wouldn't be able to poison you to death, let alone something as insignificant as this. Sherbauer's tone was arrogant. He didn't think much of the poison gas at all. This was a poison that made the entire demonic sect pale at the mention of it, but it was nothing in front of Sherbauer. Yang Hongwu could only smile wryly. If others knew about this, they'd probably go crazy with jealousy. His luck was truly indescribable. What kind of poison was this? It had no effect on him. That was the most heaven-defying thing of all. In this case, any unorthodox methods wouldn't have much effect on him unless he was absolutely crushed. Yang Hongwu was confident that among his peers, there was no one who could crush him. Was this a joke? Was there anyone in the same generation who could crush him? What a joke! What was there to compete with? Battle constitution? Comparing immortal artifacts and magic treasures? Comparing cultivation techniques? He had the 9-dragon saint body. Was an immortal item or a magic treasure? He had plenty of top-grade immortal artifacts. As for the rest, his battle pets? That would be even more ridiculous. He was a beast tamer who could open up countless battle pet spaces and have countless battle pets. As long as his spirit was strong enough, he could tame as many battle pets as he wanted. Of course, his immortal pagoda's space was like an endless battle pet space. He could take some savage beasts into his battle pet space and form his own savage beast army. However, his current strength was still too weak, and his mental strength was still insufficient. Otherwise, he could really create an army of savage beasts. If he didn't sign a contract or use the blood pet elixir, having Little Nine as an extra battle pet was already the best he could do. If he wanted to have an army of battle pets, he would have to figure out a way. Your battle pet has changed. DGAO pointed at Little Nine and exclaimed, "You can't eat anymore." Du Wanli was also pleasantly surprised. The corner of his mouth curled up into a smile as he took out something. It was something that looked like a cage. Oh no, Du Wanli's going to capture your battle pet. Yang Hongwu didn't do anything, but DGAO was worried. If it weren't for Yang Hongwu's battle pet, the two of them would have been eroded by those poisonous creatures. How could she not be worried when she saw that Du Wanli was going to capture Little Nine? Yang Hongwu was also anxious. Little Nine seemed to have reached a critical moment. Its body was changing constantly. It grew bigger and smaller in one moment. It was twisting as if it was in pain. No, he couldn't just sit there and wait for death. If Little Nine was taken away, he would be in trouble. He couldn't let others touch his battle pet. Du Wanli was just a poison master. How could he fight against him when his poison skills were useless? Yang Hongwu took out something. It was the Dragon Depressing Charm. The Dragon Depressing Charm was extremely powerful. It was his most powerful treasure apart from the Heavenly Dark Tower. Dragon Depressing Charm. Suppress. Yang Hongwu tossed out the talisman. The golden-colored dragon god, demon, suppressing talisman instantly expanded and transformed into a gigantic golden dragon that charged towards Du Wanli. Talisman. I didn't know that you had so many good things. This is beyond my expectation. I have been in seclusion for so many years. Now that I have come out, I have met such a rich young man. It seems that your status is even higher than DGAO's. Du Wanli was surprised to see the talisman in Yang Hongwu's hand. But he wasn't worried. Du Wanli had yet to use his trump card. With a flick of his finger, a beam of red light shot towards the divine dragon demon-suppressing talisman. That was a small red snake. It was as fast as an arrow. It was a red-line snake, a beast at the peak of the 6th rank. The red-line snake was not only good for its venom, but also for its speed and defense. It was even more terrifying than those supreme heaven artifacts. It could pierce through the defense of an average heaven artifact and the enemy's heart. Red-line snake. He has a red-line snake? DGAO's face changed. As the holy maiden of the devil sect, and the first holy maiden. How could she not know about the red lion snake? A few thousand years ago, someone had subdued the red lion snake. It was also a poison master who took it as his battle pet. With the help of the red lion snake, he swept through the entire poison sect and became the sect master. But later, he entered a relic and never came out. It was said that he died in there, and the red lion snake disappeared with him. How could you DGAO not be shocked that Du Wanli had a red lion snake? She was anxious. If she had known this would happen, she would have given him all the crystals. Crystals were precious, but they couldn't be compared to life. However, it was too late now. With so many trump cards exposed, Du Wanli would not let the two of them go. Right now, they could only fight to the death. Thinking of this, DGAO activated the jade butterfly in her hand. The jade butterfly flew up, and a rainbow-colored light was released from it. DGAO trembled, and her face turned pale. Go! With a shout, the jade butterfly flew out and turned into a jade-colored meteor. It pierced through the air and space to attack Du Wanli. Still coming? Oomph. You overestimate yourself. A black energy shot out and collided with the jade-colored butterfly. They were evenly matched. Chapter 292. Xiao Jiu's evolution kills Du Wanli, damn it. Du Wanli's heart became anxious. He suddenly pushed DGAO back. DGAO was sent flying by the powerful force. She then turned to attack Yang Hongwu. Yang Hongwu looked at Du Wanli's terrifying poison gas and sneered. He did not put in his eyes at all. Nini. Okay, big brother. Don't worry, leave it to me. Nini said. A green energy was released from Yang Hongwu's arm. It shot out, and the poison gas dissipated instantly. It turned into pure energy and was absorbed by Yang Hongwu. How is this possible? Du Wanli was shocked once again. Where did this young man come from? How many treasures did he have? He was not afraid of his poison technique and kept his treasures. Du Wanli was shocked. If it wasn't for the fact that this young man was only in the early stage of the mysterious embryo realm, Du Wanli would have considered running away. This brat was simply his nemesis. That was why he could not let this brat go. His trump card. All of his trump cards were restrained by this brat. If this brat was allowed to grow, how could he survive? Therefore, he had to kill him. He had to kill him. His existence was the biggest threat to him. Du Wanli was very confident. He was not afraid, even if the Devil sect leader and the leaders of the 4 great immortal mansions joined hands to deal with him. However, Yang Hongwu really made him afraid. This brat was not afraid of his poison technique at all. Moreover, his talisman treasure could restrain his other trump card, the red line demonic snake. Monstrous poison flame. Du Wanli shouted. He raised both of his hands, and a terrifying green flame burned. This was Du Wanli's strongest move. His hands released a terrifying poison flame. The terrifying poison flame burned fiercely like a flood. It surged towards Yang Hongwu like a torrential flood. Yang Hongwu's face turned solemn. This was no longer a pure poison technique, but a fusion of martial techniques. Poison, flame, and martial skill fused together to form a strange and powerful martial skill. The level of this martial skill might have already reached the heaven rank. No, it might have even surpassed the heaven rank. Yang Hongwu took a deep breath. He unleashed all his strength and activated his constitution. Hua Qinxue also possessed him. He activated his combat power and went all out. Boundless energy gushed into his body, causing his aura to soar once more. His eyes flashed with a strong fighting spirit. The more powerful and terrifying the enemy was, the more powerful he would be. With the Titan's secret art fully activated and the profound dragon's 9 transformations opened, Yang Hongwu was only a fine line away from opening the profound dragon's 9 transformations. It was just that it hadn't been broken yet. Jingshan Finger, 1 finger to frighten ghosts and gods. Yang Hongwu displayed a powerful martial skill that he had just learned. It was the martial skill that the Morning Soul Emperor had taught him. A finger shot out. It was as if it came from the primordial era and was unpredictable. This finger was filled with destructive power. Ghosts and gods would retreat, and the mountains and rivers would lose their color. The terrifying power seemed to have frozen time and space. The poisonous flames that Du Wanli released were split apart. The terrifying power rushed towards Du Wanli's face. This terrifying finger gave Du Wanli a feeling that he couldn't face it. He couldn't dodge it. He couldn't block it. He couldn't match it. He didn't even try to dodge it. He allowed the terrifying finger strike to land on his body. Bang! With a dull sound, Du Wanli's body shook. How is this possible? How can you have such a terrifying martial skill? After saying that, Du Wanli exploded and turned into a bloody mist. The blood mist was terrifying and corrosive. All the trees, flowers, stones, and other things in the surroundings were corroded by the blood mist. Within 100 feet radius, there was thick black smoke. Yang Hongwu sucked in a breath of cold air. Luckily, he retreated quickly. Otherwise, if he was contaminated by the bloody mist, it wouldn't be a joke. In the distance, Yu Daijiao was shocked when she saw Yang Hongwu kill Du Wanli. Too powerful. Yang Hongwu is really only at the mysterious embryo realm level 1. Is he really only at the initial stage? Isn't he too powerful? Even if Yang Hongwu could restrain Du Wanli and wasn't afraid of his poison skills, Du Wanli's strength was not to be underestimated. Otherwise, Du Wanli would have died under the pursuit of the Devil Sect. How could he live until now? How could he make people change their expression? Du Wanli's strength was undeniable. Yang Hongwu's attack was too shocking. Du Wanli, an all-powerful poison expert, a poison grandmaster, died in the hands of Yang Hongwu. This made Yu Daijiao feel that it was unreal. She even wondered if it was really Du Wanli. If it wasn't for her immortal weapon that couldn't resist Du Wanli's poison skills and attack, Yu Daijiao wouldn't believe that the person Yang Hongwu killed was Du Wanli. At this time, Yang Hongwu didn't care about the shock in Yu Daijiao's heart. He knew that he was suffering. That attack just now had consumed too much of his strength. It had completely drained Yang Hongwu's true qi, including the power of his primordial spirit. Jingxin Finger was a terrifying finger technique. It was very powerful and had a very strong attack power. However, it also consumed a lot of energy. Moreover, it required the power of the primordial spirit as the foundation. Without the primordial spirit, there was no way to use it. Yang Hongwu cultivated the Spirit Refining Heart Sutra and cultivated the primordial spirit in his divine dwellings. Therefore, he was able to use this powerful technique, Jingxin Finger. The finger attack had drained Yang Hongwu's strength and the power of his primordial spirit. At this time, Yang Hongwu couldn't move at all. I'll give you a hand for Nini's sake. Sure Bauer flicked his finger, and a stream of pure energy poured into Yang Hongwu's body. It quickly restored Yang Hongwu's physical strength, mental strength, and primordial spirit at an amazing speed. Yang Hongwu was overjoyed. He didn't expect that Sure Bauer would help him at this time. Without this majestic energy, it would take him at least 10 days to half a month to recover. Hua Qinxue had also fallen into a deep sleep because of this powerful attack. Right now, his strength had been greatly reduced. This Jingxin Finger was simply too tyrannical and too powerful. The burden and consumption of energy was not something that the current him could bear. After recovering, Yang Hongwu looked at Little Nine. At this time, Little Nine's evolution had been completed. Chapter 293. Without a trace, it's a pity that this guy didn't leave anything behind. Yang Hongwu looked around and found that Du Wanli didn't leave anything behind, not even a crystal. This made Yang Hongwu frown slightly. No, Du Wanli can't be so weak. He's cunning and suspicious by nature. It's impossible that he didn't prepare a way out. UDGAO said. Yang Hongwu thought about it and agreed. If this guy was so weak, he wouldn't be able to survive after being chased by the Devil Sect for so long. Although he wasn't afraid of Du Wanli's poison technique, there were still many people in the Devil Sect who could resist Du Wanli's poison technique. Although he seemed to have killed Du Wanli, he didn't get anything except for the poison seal that was taken away by Sure Bauer in his divine dwellings. Everything else had disappeared. This made Yang Hongwu even more certain of his guess. Du Wanli wasn't dead. What he had killed was probably just a clone of Du Wanli. Yes, you're right. Du Wanli is indeed just a clone. I've been chasing him for countless years. I didn't expect that he would still escape. A voice appeared behind the two of them. Yang Hongwu and Yu Dgao were shocked. What kind of strength was this? Who was this terrifying person? They didn't even notice that he was right beside them. Who are you? Hiding your head, but showing your tail. Show yourself. Yang Hongwu shouted like a clap of thunder. This was an offensive technique of the heavenly dragon demonic zither. Yang Hongwu didn't use the heavenly dragon demonic zither much after obtaining it, but Yang Hongwu had learned some of its sound attack techniques. Although it wasn't as powerful as using the heavenly dragon demonic zither, it could still catch the enemy off guard at a critical moment. It was very effective. Don't be nervous. We're not enemies. At this moment, a figure appeared in front of the two. This person's concealment technique was very powerful. He had perfectly blended in with the environment. Ing Wuzong? You're Ing Wuzong? Yang Hongwu didn't say anything, but Yu Dgao exclaimed as she recalled a person. It was Ing Wuzong, who was a good friend of Du Wanli. But later on, Du Wanli massacred the poison sex disciples, and one of them was Ing Wuzong's beloved woman. Ing Wuzong was like his name, Ing Wuzong. Wuzong's shadow. His Wuzong was like his name. Wuzong's shadow's concealment technique was unparalleled in the world. He was Wuzong's concealment technique. Wuzong's strength was very terrifying. He wasn't any weaker than Du Wanli. Moreover, there weren't many people in the ancient desolate continent that he couldn't assassinate. Even those old antiques were afraid of Wuzong. However, Wuzong wanted to kill Du Wanli to avenge his beloved woman. Therefore, he didn't accept any assassination missions. But don't think that Wuzong was a kind person. He was neither good nor evil. Apart from the people he looked up to, he didn't care about others. As long as he was in a bad mood, he would kill at any time. It was normal for him to annihilate a family. Seeing that Yu Dgao was so nervous, Yang Hongwu knew that this person wasn't a simple character. Moreover, listening to his words and tone, Yang Hongwu knew that Ing Wuzong was here to kill Du Wanli. Moreover, Ing Wuzong knew Du Wanli very well. Unexpectedly, this guy was able to go against Du Wanli. How could he be an ordinary character? I didn't expect that someone would know my name. You're Yu Dgao, right? You should be her disciple. Not bad at all. Her eyes are indeed sharp. Wuzong looked at Yu Dgao and nodded. Wuzong, what are you doing here? Don't tell me you want to rob our crystal stones too? Yu Dgao obviously knew who he was talking about and who he was afraid of. It was all because of her master. If it wasn't for her master, Wuzong wouldn't talk to her. He might even kill her directly. In the devil sect, there was no one who was truly trustworthy. Even if it was a fellow disciple, or even a master and disciple, they might not be truly trustworthy. In the devil sect, the only one who could be trusted was oneself. Only when one was strong enough was the truth. This was the first rule to survive in the devil sect. Even Yu Dgao, the saintess of the devil sect, the saintess of the world, was no exception. Although her master was very good to her and cared about her as if she was her biological mother, Yu Dgao would never tell her everything to the people she trusted without any hesitation or bottom line, like the people of the righteous faction and the Eastern continent. I don't care about crystal stones. My purpose is to catch Du Wanli and cut him into pieces to avenge him. Wuzong's voice was calm, but full of terrifying killing intent. I want to kill Du Wanli, and you also need to deal with Du Wanli. Why don't we cooperate? Cooperate? Yang Hongwu and Yu Dgao glanced at each other. They didn't have such thoughts, not even the slightest bit. Cooperating with him was like asking a tiger for its skin. Unless they were stupid, they wouldn't believe what he said. There's no need for cooperation. If Du Wanli dares to come again, I can still deal with him again. Yang Hongwu was full of confidence. With the two killing weapons, Nini and Sherbauer, he was Du Wanli's nemesis. Why would he worry about Du Wanli finding trouble with him? The one who should be worried was Du Wanli, not him. Young man, your strength is not good, but your tone is really big. Do you really think Du Wanli is so easy to deal with? Wuzong couldn't help laughing when he heard Yang Hongwu's words. What you just dealt with was just a doppelganger of Du Wanli. Its strength is not even 30% of his original strength. Once you meet the original, you can imagine the consequences. I don't deny that your talent is amazing and you have a lot of treasures. But the real Du Wanli is not as easy to deal with as you think. If he was so easy to deal with, Du Wanli would have died long ago. Chapter 294. Facing Zhang Jiuyang. That's our business. It has nothing to do with you. Yang Hongwu said. From the bottom of his heart, Yang Hongwu didn't want to have anything to do with this guy. Of course, Yang Hongwu didn't want to face this guy unless it was a last resort. Ying Wuzong's face changed and became gloomy. He looked at the two of them coldly and said, "So, you don't want to cooperate with me? That's what I mean. Why? Do you still want to force me?" Yang Hongwu narrowed his eyes. Ying Wuzong, so what? Coming and going without a trace, could he really do it? He had the help of the cat. The delusion breaker, I could see through all illusions and disguises. Although the cat hadn't woken up yet, it gave him a trace of aura. Yang Hongwu wouldn't use it unless it was a critical situation. But if Ying Wuzong really wanted to attack him, then he wouldn't mind using it. Suddenly, Ying Wuzong's face changed again and said, I'm just joking with you. Since you don't want to, I won't force you. I just hope that you won't be too careless. Du Wanli is really not a good person to provoke. I've been fighting with him for so many years, but I haven't gained any advantage. If I didn't have some tricks up my sleeve, I'm afraid I would have died in his hands. Here's a little thing. Maybe it can help you. Ying Wuzong said, and threw out a porcelain bottle. Yang Hongwu caught it, but at this time, Ying Wuzong had already disappeared in front of him. He actually let us go so easily. Yu Dai frowned. Ying Wuzong wasn't a person who was easy to talk to. Little brother, I think it's better not to keep this thing. It doesn't matter. The seal in this pill is not a problem for me. Have you forgotten that I'm an alchemist? 7th grade alchemist? For a 7th grade alchemist, tampering with the pill is like showing off one's slight skill in front of an expert. It's a disgrace. Yang Hongwu had already received Nini's reminder. In fact, there were some pills in the porcelain bottle. They were pills for detoxification. Of course, Ying Wuxian was not a good person either. He had added some extra ingredients to the detoxification pills. There were also some special markings on the porcelain bottle. But these things were just a joke for Yang Hongwu. Adding special things in the pill. Doesn't he know that I'm an alchemist? Moreover, he was a 7th grade alchemist. What did he not know about this pill? As for the rest, the seal on the porcelain bottle wasn't bad either. However, he never would have thought that Yang Hongwu would be able to refine the restriction-breaking pill after learning the fortune pill scripture. The restriction-breaking pill was extremely mysterious and could break many special restriction seals. Coincidentally, the seal that Ying Wuzong thought was infallible could be easily broken. That's right. However, you can't let your guard down. After all, Ying Wuzong was an outstanding figure in the past. He was the only super genius who could compete with Du Wanli. After so many years, his strength and means have already reached an unimaginable level. Although Yu Dai Jiao felt a little more confident after hearing Yang Hongwu's confident words, she was still quite worried. Don't worry. After saying that, Yang Hongwu took out a restriction pill. After breaking the seal on the pill, he studied the composition of the antidote pill. With Nini's help, it was not a big problem to analyze the antidote pill's formula. After analyzing the antidote pill's formula, Yang Hongwu and Yu Dai Jiao rushed towards the main hall. After a while, they could see the inheritance hall. In order to enter the inheritance hall, they had to pass through a small path. This path was the only way to the inheritance hall. It seems like someone is welcoming us. Yang Hongwu narrowed his eyes. Of course, he could see that there was an ambush on the side of the path. Compared to Ying Wuzong and Du Wanli, these methods were not worth mentioning. A cold light flashed in Yu Dai Jiao's eyes. How dare you come looking for trouble? You're courting death. Along the way, Yu Dai, as the saintess of the devil's sect, had suffered setbacks time and time again. It was quite a blow to her, so she had been suppressing her anger. Now that these people had provoked her, they were the perfect targets for her to vent her anger on. Du Wanli and Ying Wuzong couldn't defeat her, but these guys could be dealt with. Zhang Jiuyang, it's you guys. Get out here. Yu Dai Jiao coldly snorted. She waved her hand, and a stream of energy spread out, knocking down all the plants and trees. It was like a fairy scattering flowers and they all fell to the ground. You Dai Jiao, get out of the way. Our target is not you. We only want something in Yang Hongwu's hand. Zhang Jueyong was very afraid of Yu Dai Jiao. His target was Yang Hongwu. He had reached an agreement with Zitian. As long as he could capture Yang Hongwu or get the bone staff in Yang Hongwu's hand, he could get 400,000 crystal stones from Zitian. 400,000 spar was not a small number. Over the past few days, Zhang Jueyong had expended a great deal of effort. Adding the large number of people under his command, it was only a mere 300,000 spar. You're looking for me? Yang Hongwu looked at Zhang Jueyong. This Zhang Jueyong was very arrogant. Yang Hongwu didn't have a good impression of him. You want something from me? That's right. The soul-devouring bone staff is in your hand, right? Hand it over. Zhang Jueyong said arrogantly. Zhang Jueyong, are you not putting me, Yu Dai Jiao, in your eyes? Yu Dai Jiao was angry. Any random dog or cat could be presumptuous in front of her, but this Zhang Jueyong dared to be so arrogant and not put her in his eyes. How could I not put Miss You in my eyes? You're the saintess of the devil sect. Among the younger generation, you're the strongest under Mo Chantian. Zhang Jueyong really didn't want to fight Yu Dai Jiao. However, if he had enough crystal stones, would he be afraid of her? At that time, he would obtain the inheritance. Mo Chantian, Yu Dai Jiao, Zitian, and Yin Peng would all have to stand aside. He would be the strongest among the younger generation in the ancient desolate continent. No, he would be the strongest in the ancient desolate continent, the strongest in all of history. He wanted to surpass the ancestors of the Zhang clan and bring the entire ancient desolate continent into the Zhang clan's territory. He wanted to make the entire ancient desolate continent the Zhang clan's backyard. Thinking of this, Zhang Jueyong felt confident. Moreover, there would naturally be people to deal with Yu Dai Jiao. Moreover, he didn't think that Yu Dai Jiao alone could deal with so many of them without a Mo Chantian. Although Yu Dai Jiao was strong, she was still just a woman. Chapter 295. Killing One Man. You're only at the third step of the primordial spirit realm. Do you really think I'm afraid of you? Zhang Jueyong clenched his fists and exerted force. A huge pit appeared under his feet. Boundless yang energy burst out like the blazing flames of the sun. His muscles bulged, making him look like a tall divine ape. Nine Suns' divine fist, blazing sun destruction. Each punch was like a blazing sun that incinerated everything. It was as if the entire world was about to be incinerated by this terrifying, blazing sun. Dancing butterfly sky. Seeing this, UDGAO shouted and flew up like a fluttering butterfly. She was elegant and beautiful, as if she was in a dream. Bang, bang, bang. Powerful forces collided. One was incomparably ferocious, while the other was soft and gentle. However, under the impact of this terrifying force, the surrounding flowers and trees were crazily swept up. The entire ground seemed to have a layer of skin scraped off, revealing the white layer of rock. Both of them were pushed back. Yu Dai Jiao was pushed back less than 10 feet, while Zhang Jueyong was pushed back more than 10 feet. The difference in strength between the two could be seen at a glance. Zhang Jueyong's face turned red. He couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood. Unlike Zhang Jueyong, Yu Dai Jiao's expression was normal. She was holding a jade butterfly with both hands. Her eyes narrowed as killing intent was released. All of you, go and capture Yang Hongwu for me. I'll stop Yu Dai Jiao first. As long as you capture Yang Hongwu, victory will be ours. Zhang Jueyong shouted at this time. Although he was mentally prepared and knew that there was a gap in strength between him and Yu Dai Jiao, he didn't expect the gap to be so big. He was no match for her at all. If he didn't use his trump card, he would be defeated soon. Right now, he could only stall for time and hope that they could capture Yang Hongwu and seize the bone staff. All right, everyone, go and take care of this mysterious embryo realm brat quickly. Everyone nodded and shouted. They could tell that even though their boss wasn't weak, there was still a huge gap between him and the devil's sex witch. As for Yang Hongwu, seeing that these people were treating him as a pushover, he couldn't help but sneer. Among these people, the strongest one was merely a second step primordial spirit realm. If it had been in the past, he would have been a little worried. However, He was not worried at all now. He was no longer afraid of a second-step primordial spirit realm expert. It was not as if he had not killed one before. It just so happened that he wanted to see what level his strength had reached. If he did not use the battle spirit possession, would he be able to kill a second-step primordial spirit realm cultivator? Golden Dragon War Body, activate. Mysterious Dragons, 9 transformations, 4th transformation. Titan Technique, activate. He unleashed all of his strength. He took out the disc array with his right hand. It was the disc array of the Heavenly Dipper lightning transformation array. He tossed it into the air, and a shocking change happened. The 4 array flags on the disc array shot out like arrows. The array was set up in a breath's time. Yang Hongwu's hands constantly formed seals, and pieces of spirit stones were integrated into the array formation. In an instant, everyone except DGAO and Zhang Juyan were enveloped in the formation. Lightning flashed and thunder roared. In an instant, the sky turned dark. Those who entered the array formation were dumbfounded. Mu Yutian exclaimed, "Array formation? This is an array formation. This kid is also an array master?" This array formation was not an ordinary one. It seemed to be of a high level. What kind of freak was this kid? He had only heard that this guy was an alchemist. However, he had never thought that this kid could set up an array formation. In an instant, all of them were trapped in the array formation. This array formation should be a thunder array. A thunder array was more difficult to set up than an ordinary array formation because it was difficult to control. It was rare to find someone who could control a thunder array. Heavenly lightning was a mysterious force. It was overbearing and difficult to control. If one was not born with the lightning attribute, one would not dare to try to control the power of lightning. Even if it was an array formation, one had to be very careful. If one was careless, one might lose one's life and die under the power of lightning. Moreover, the power of a thunder array was the most terrifying. Its lethality was very strong and overbearing. Mu Yutian and the others had already entered the thunder array. Each of them had a frightened expression. "Senior Mu, what should we do now? This is an array formation. It seems to be a thunder array. Gosh, this is too scary. We have to break the array formation. Otherwise, we will definitely die under the thunder calamity," another person said. "Su Lang, don't be an alarmist. This kid doesn't have the time to study array formations. He is an amazing alchemist. How could he have such high attainments in array formations? So don't worry. Even if this is a thunder array, it won't be very powerful. We should be able to break it easily," Mu Yutian said. Rumble. At this moment, thunder roared. Everything was under Yang Hongwu's control. Of course, Yang Hongwu heard what Mu Yutian and the others said. "It won't be very powerful? Tut tut, you will know later. Although my formation skills are not good, this is not a real formation that I have set up. This is a formation disc. The setting up of a formation disc is much easier and simpler than setting up a real formation. There are not so many complicated procedures and changes. However, things like a formation disc are very difficult to refine. The person who needs to refine it has to be an extremely powerful weapon refiner who also has a very high attainment in formations. Therefore, the formation disc is very rare and precious. Its power is also very terrifying. Compared to a talisman treasure, it is not inferior at all. Unfortunately, these guys have met me. The Heavenly Dipper Thunder Array is not an ordinary formation plate. It is very powerful. Coupled with my rushing thunder hand, it is like a fish in water. Its power is multiplied. Here's a gift for you." Yang Hongwu's voice resounded in Mu Yutian and the others' ears. It was as if a bolt of lightning had struck down, lighting up the entire area. This bolt of lightning struck a disciple's body. That disciple didn't even have time to react. His entire body was char-black. After twitching a few times, he lost his life. Damn it, Yang Hongwu, come out. Suddenly, many people were scared out of their wits. Is this array really just an ordinary one? A half-step primordial spirit realm martial artist did not even have the chance to dodge. He was struck to death in an instant. This is too terrifying. Even an elder of 4th step primordial spirit realm would not be able to kill someone in such a short time. No, I want to go out. I want to go out. Yang Hongwu, Senior Brother Yang, Elixir King Yang, Uncle Yang, I surrender. Don't kill me, don't kill me. Chapter 296. Domineering aura. When Mu Yutian heard this, he was furious. If the morale of the army was broken, then there was no way they could continue fighting. They would definitely die. As the saying goes, when two enemies meet on a narrow path, the braver one wins. Mu Yutian knew this principle. Hence, when he saw this guy trying to disrupt the morale of the army, he would not allow it. He attacked. A green light shot out. It was a leaf. With a whoosh, it shot into the man's forehead like a flying knife. The man's voice stopped abruptly, disturbing the morale of the troops. Damn it. This time, Mu Yutian had intimidated the others. No one dared to say such disheartening words again. Let's see who dares. Mu Yutian said coldly. Everyone, don't worry. No matter how strong Yang Hongwu is, he's only at the first level of the Xian embryo realm. No matter how strong he is, he's only one person. There's so many of us, and we're much stronger than him. That attack just now must have been to intimidate us. He must have used up a lot of his energy and won't be able to use such a powerful attack a second time. That's right. Brother Mu is right. Everyone knows how strong that little bastard is. He's only at the first level of the Xian embryo realm. How could he be so strong? I reckon that he's using some sort of treasure. Furthermore, he must have exhausted a lot of his energy after that attack. Let's work together to break through the formation, then capture that little bastard and seize his treasure. We'll cut him into pieces to avenge our dead brothers. At this moment, Su Lang raised his hand and encouraged loudly. Kill Yang Hongwu. Avenge our brothers. Kill Yang Hongwu. Avenge our brothers. In an instant, everyone's fear was chased away. They became angry and high-spirited. Seeing this change, Yang Hongwu had a whole new level of respect for Mu Yutian and Su Lang. These two were Zhang Jiuyang's right-hand men. They were worthy of being the disciples of the ancient domain's Zhang family. None of them were simple. In just a short while, they had pulled his subordinates out of their fear. Their morale had changed, and their fear had turned into anger, which had turned into fighting strength. Not simple at all. However, so what? He still had to die. Yang Hongwu sneered. This was the Heavenly Dipper Thunder Array, something he had obtained from Lin Quan. It was the lifetime achievement of Old Man Ben Lei. What kind of person was Old Man Ben Lei? How could his life's work be destroyed so easily? How could he only have this little ability? He had used the Heavenly Dipper Lightning Transformation Array to kill even Lin Quan. No, the terrifying demon that possessed Lin Quan, let alone Mu Yutian and the others. Yang Hongwu moved. The rushing thunder hand was displayed. The entire person was like a thunderbolt. A ray of light appeared in the formation. Crack! Yang Hongwu struck out, and a bolt of lightning flashed. This strike directly struck that person's chest, piercing through his heart. He killed another person. With a successful strike, Yang Hongwu instantly merged into the array formation and disappeared. This person was stronger than the previous one. He was a first-step primordial spirit realm cultivator. A first-step primordial spirit realm cultivator was killed just like that. What kind of concept was that? Although his strength and aptitude were not good, and he was not young, there was almost no possibility of him improving. However, his fighting spirit and combat experience were not to be underestimated. However, he did not even have the chance to resist. He was killed directly. This method was too strange. At this time, Mu Yutian and Su Lang felt their hair stand on end, let alone the others. Come out, Yang Hongwu, you little bastard. Come out, don't hide. Mu Yutian shouted angrily. Mu Yutian, you're one of Zhang Jiuyang's lackeys. You want to kill me? That's your fate. You will all die. I will kill you one by one here. I will show you that I, Yang Hongwu, am not just an alchemist. I'm also extremely strong. I don't need anyone to help me. I can't be bullied by anyone. I don't care about the Zhang clan of the ancient region. Today, I will not only kill you here, but I will also kill you here. Today, I will kill all of you here. In the future, I will kill all of you. Yang Hongwu's voice resounded in the entire space. Zhang Jiuyang also heard it. Furious. Who did Yang Hongwu think he was? He actually dared to say that he would kill all of them here. He even said that he would slaughter the entire Zhang family of the ancient domain. What a joke, what a joke. He was just a tiny alchemist? What kind of joke was this? The ancient domain's Zhang family was ranked third among the top 10 families in the ancient domain. The elders of the Zhang family had all reached a terrifying level. They were all existences that had once dominated the ancient domain. A little 7th grade alchemist, a little Xian embryo realm kid, dared to be so presumptuous. Yang Hongwu, you deserve to die. You deserve to die because of what you just said. I will cut you into pieces and kill all of your relatives. Zhang Zhuyang shouted furiously. My Zhang clan of the ancient Yu region cannot be humiliated by a little bastard like you. Even you die, Jiao didn't expect Yang Hongwu to be so arrogant. He was too bold. The Zhang clan of the ancient Yu region was a colossus to Yang Hongwu. Even if he was a 7th grade alchemist, no one would be willing to offend such a huge clan for the sake of a 7th grade alchemist. However, Yu Dai Jiao didn't look down on Yang Hongwu because of this. She didn't think that he was arrogant and conceited. On the contrary, in her eyes, even if Yang Hongwu didn't have such strength now, it didn't mean that he wouldn't in the future. In her eyes, Yang Hongwu was filled with the spirit of a man. He was so bold and courageous that he dared to challenge the entire Zhang clan of the ancient Yu region. Domineering, too domineering. Yu Dai Jiao's heart palpitated. This man was definitely the most ideal man in a woman's heart. He was the strongest, the most courageous, and the most capable man to move a woman's heart. Haha, Zhang Jiuyang, since you dare to attack me, I will destroy your Zhang clan. Although I can't do it now, do you think I won't be able to do it in the future? So what if you are angry? You can't change this fact. I can kill you now, but I can also destroy your entire Zhang clan in the future. After I kill you, you must remember that all of this started because of you. When the time comes, when your Zhang clan members gather in hell, don't forget to repent to your family. Ha! In the midst of Yang Hongwu's laughter, he moved again. The rushing thunder hand was once again displayed, and another person died. One after another, Yang Hongwu killed 4 or 5 people in a row in a few breaths. Mu Yutian, Su Lang, and the others didn't even see Yang Hongwu's shadow. Chapter 297. Cultivating the Self, Little Bastard, You're Courting Death. Zhang Zhuyang was incomparably furious. However, he was stopped by UDGAO, so he had no way to deal with Yang Hongwu. He felt aggrieved, too aggrieved, as if he was about to explode. He looked at UDGAO and coldly said, UDGAO, get out of my way. You want to save your people? Unfortunately, your opponent is me. Yu Dai Jiao said. Yu Dai Jiao, don't force me. I know you're strong, but if you provoke me, I'll fight you to the death. You won't have any advantages. Seeing Yang Hongwu killing his subordinates and mocking him, Zhang Zhuyang felt as if thousands of knives were stabbing his heart. His heart was bleeding. Fight you to the death. Yu Dai Jiao laughed. Then let me see how you're going to fight me to the death. Although the Zhang clan was a big clan in the ancient domain, Zhang Zhuyang wasn't the strongest genius of the Zhang clan. If he was, why would he be sent to the ancient desolate continent? Yu Dai Jiao had heard about the geniuses of the Zhang clan. The most outstanding genius of the Zhang clan was called Zhang Wufa. He was a lawless guy with heaven-defying talent. Rumor had it that he had already reached the 6th level of the primordial spirit realm. Zhang Zhuyang was only a disciple of the Zhang clan side branch. If it wasn't for his father's status in the Zhang clan and his own talent, he wouldn't have been able to obtain so many resources. In order for him to grow up quickly, his father, Zhang Xinguang, spent a lot of effort to send him to the ancient desolate continent. He hoped that he could grow up here and obtain his own opportunities. Only when he returned to the ancient domain would he be qualified to compete with Zhang Wufa. Unfortunately, Zhang Xinguang had overestimated his son. You're the one who forced me. Zhang Zhuyang knew that if all his subordinates died here, he wouldn't have the chance to compete for the position of the Zhang clan successor. He wouldn't even have the chance to become the head of the Zhang clan side branch. Zhang Zhuyang finally used his trump card. It was a crimson cauldron. The crimson cauldron was dazzling. There were ancient runes on the cauldron. They were very mysterious, as if there were little people jumping around. Those little people turned into terrifying flames and burned. The entire space instantly became very hot, as if they were in an oven. Nine Yang True Furnace? Yu Dai Jiao was startled. Could this be the supreme treasure of the Zhang clan? The Nine Yang True Furnace? No, impossible. How could the Nine Yang True Furnace be given to Zhang Juyang? Even Zhang Wufa could not possess such a treasure. So how could Zhang Juyang obtain it? Therefore, this was an imitation of the Nine Yang True Furnace. Yu Dgao heaved a sigh of relief after finding out that it was an imitation. If it was the real thing, then she wouldn't have much confidence in stopping it. However, it was different since it was only an imitation. Even though its power was not bad, it was far from being comparable to the real thing. It's good that you know. The Nine Yang True Furnace is not something you could stop. You forced me to do this. Zhang Juyang's entire body was illuminated by the flames of the Nine Yang True Furnace. His muscles bulged like steel bars. Go, Nine Yang True Furnace, burn. The huge cauldron was like a burning mountain as it crazily rushed towards Yu Dai Jiao. It's only an imitation. You think too highly of yourself. Yu Dgao didn't put this replica in her eyes. She clenched her jade-like hand, and the jade butterfly flew out and turned into a lively butterfly. A huge shadow appeared in the sky with 7 colored lights. It was beautiful to the extreme. The huge 7-colored butterfly let out a soft cry that was full of charm. A ray of light shot out from the huge butterfly shadow and quickly collided with the crimson cauldron. A loud sound rang out, as if it was the sound of a bell from ancient times, distant and deep. 2 powerful energies erupted like the shattering of mountains and rivers. Rumble, rumble. The terrifying, destructive power destroyed everything in the surroundings mercilessly. A huge crater was blasted open on the ground. The whole world was illuminated and the earth shook. Yang Hongwu was controlling the Heavenly Dipper Thunder Transformation Array. He was shocked when he saw this scene. How powerful was this power? It was far beyond the power of a 3rd-step Primordial Spirit Realm expert. Only a 4th-step Primordial Spirit Realm expert could have such a terrifying means. The powerful impact scattered the enormous butterfly image, and Yu Dgao's petite body was also sent flying. The huge cauldron shook incessantly and was also knocked back, crashing into a small mountain peak. The small mountain peak was actually broken in half by the impact. It collapsed with a loud bang, rolling up a huge cloud of smoke and dust. The smoke and dust rose up like a huge mushroom cloud. You guys are dead. You actually forced Boss to use his trump card, the Nine Yang True Cauldron. You guys are dead. Let us go quickly, and I can plead for Boss to spare your lives. At this moment, Mu Yutian was overjoyed. His boss had even shaken the terrifying lightning array. How could he withstand the attack of the lightning array? Mu Yutian and Su Lang were terrified when they saw Yang Hongwu killing their men. They were in a state of terror and were afraid that they would be the next. But at this moment, the 2 of them were relieved. Yu Dai Jiao was sent flying by Boss. The Heavenly Dipper Thunder Transformation Array was also hit. Although it was not broken, it was not difficult to break the lightning array. Is that so? Can he still make another attack? Yang Hongwu sneered, asking him to let them go and beg for mercy. What a joke. In his dictionary, there was no such thing as surrender or begging for mercy. Humans had their own dignity. Once they had said something, they would keep their word. A mouthful of saliva was a nail. Since he was going to kill them, he would kill them all. Not just Mu Yutian and the rest, but Zhang Juyang too. Even if he had to expose his 9 dragons' saint body and the existence of the 9 heaven mysterious Een Tower, he would kill them all. Otherwise, everyone would think that he was a pushover and that anyone could hunt him down. If he was going to kill, he would kill to his heart's content, starting with Zhang Juyang, then Du Wanli and Zitian. Everyone who went against him, wanted to deal with him, and made things difficult for him, he would take revenge on them. After thinking through all these, Yang Hongwu had an epiphany. Cultivation was not about giving in and taking revenge. Once you have enough strength, you have to fight back. If you don't like the world, You have to take care of it. What was cultivation? What was cultivation? Cultivation was to cultivate the truth. Cultivation was to cultivate the truth. Chapter 298. Betrayal die. All of you die. The rushing thunder hand is as powerful as thunder. Yang Hongwu roared. He seemed to have turned into a man of lightning. His speed was shockingly fast. In just a few rounds, all of Zhang Jueyang's men were killed. Only Mu Yutian and Su Lang were left. No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I can be your slave and work for you. Su Lang was terrified. His pants were wet. He actually peed in his pants. Mu Yutian frowned when he saw that. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. But at this moment, Mu Yutian wanted to live as well. He didn't want to die. Looking at the others, they were like chickens and dogs in front of Yang Hongwu. They couldn't even withstand a single blow. Yang Hongwu could kill them however he wanted. Was he really only at mystical embryo realm level 1? Even a level 4 primordial spirit realm expert was not so terrifying. Coward. Mu Yutian looked at Su Lang with disgust. Yang Hongwu, come out if you have the guts. Let's have a fair fight. How can you be a hero when you sneak attack? Fair? Haha, you want fair? Fine, I'll give you fair. Su Lang, didn't you say you wanted to surrender and live? I'll give you a chance. Fight with Mu Yutian. If you win, I'll spare your life. Yang Hongwu was no longer paying attention to Mu Yutian and Su Lang. He was paying attention to Zhang Jueyang and Udgao. Zhang Jueyang was the focus of Yang Hongwu. His attention had never left him. What surprised Yang Hongwu was that Zhang Jueyang actually had the upper hand in the fight with Udgao. When Zhang Jueyang met Zitian and Yun Peng, he did not make a sound even when he was shouted at. It was really surprising that he could fight with Udgao and even gain the upper hand. Bang! With a muffled sound, Udgao was sent flying. Zhang Jueyang's body swayed, but the cauldron was still stable. Udgao wiped the blood from the corner of her mouth. Get out of my way, Zhang Jueyang said, or I'll kill you. Zhang Jueyang didn't dare to kill Udgao. Who was Udgao? She was the saintess of the Devil Sect. Zhang Jueyang knew this. If he killed Udgao, the entire Zhang clan wouldn't be able to protect him. Even the Zhang clan would have to face the wrath of the Devil Sect. Udgao, Udgaos. Udgao, Dgao Yutian. Saintess of the Saintess. Yutian Ao Yutian, Yutian Ao Yutians of the Devil Sect. Yes, Yutian was Yutian Devil Yutian. Kill me? Udai Jiao was furious. Even a mere Zhang Jueyang didn't put her in his eyes. Yutian Yu. With a shout, the seven-colored jade butterfly transformed into a black butterfly. It was surrounded by terrifying black chi and was filled with boundless demonic power. It formed a terrifying vortex in the air. In the vortex, a demon god appeared. That demon god was delicate and beautiful, but her hands were holding a terrifying sickle. She had huge teeth and murderous intent, as if she wanted to devour all existence. The demon god waved the sickle, tearing the air apart. Nanyang Furnace. Zhang Jueyang also felt the terror of this attack. This was Udgao's real trump card. The broken immortal tool displayed its terrifying power and bared its fangs. Only then did Yang Hongwu see the true power of this broken immortal artifact. It was so terrifying that his heavenly dipper lightning transformation array could not withstand it. The terrifying sickle and the huge cauldron collided once again. An earth-shattering explosion occurred. This time, it was more violent and terrifying than the previous one. The powerful force broke apart the array that Yang Hongwu had set up. Udgao was pushed back again. Zhang Jueyang was also sent flying by the terrifying force. Yang Hongwu grabbed Udgao's body and put her aside. He then fed her a pill. I'm out. The array is broken. Yang Hongwu, today is the day you die. At this time, an arrogant voice came from behind Yang Hongwu. Mu Yutian was covered in blood. He held a long sword that was dripping with blood. Su Lang was not far from Mu Yutian. He was no longer breathing. In the distance, Zhang Jueyang limped over. Seeing Mu Yutian, he nodded with satisfaction. Mu Yutian, good job. Capture Yang Hongwu for me. At this time, Mu Yutian's eyes turned ferocious. He said, Zhang Jiuyang, you're at the end of your rope. How dare you order me around? I've had enough of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have come to this damned place to suffer. It's all because of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been separated from you. If it wasn't for you, she wouldn't have left me. Mu Yutian looked at Zhang Jiuyang and roared. You want to betray me? Zhang Jiuyang's face darkened. He said coldly, do you know the consequences of betraying me? Consequences? Mu Yutian sneered. Do you really think you're invincible? You just have a good father, that's all. This nine-yang true furnace is not bad. It's boundless power. It's a waste for it to be in your hands. You're just a piece of trash. As long as I kill you, the nine-yang true furnace will be mine. With the nine-yang true furnace, I'll be able to break through the shackles of the Yuan spirit realm. Then, after I obtain the inheritance of the venerables here, my strength will advance by leaps and bounds. Mu Yutian's eyes flashed with madness and greed. Good, very good. I didn't think that I would raise a dog that bites, and a dog that bites its own master. When Zhang Jiuyang heard this, he was furious. He had never thought that Mu Yutian, who had been so loyal to him and valued so highly, would betray him and treat him like this. He was even more furious. Zhang Jiuyang had always thought highly of himself. When he cooperated with Zetian, he planned to kill Zetian after he got the crystal and the inheritance. He didn't think that he would be betrayed by one of his subordinates. They even wanted to steal his nine-yang true cauldron. Dog, haha dog. I'm just a dog in your eyes. No, I'm even worse than a dog. Think about it. I've done so much for you over the years. I've given you so many benefits, but what did you give me in return? Mu Yutian said angrily. I've had enough. Back then, I liked Qinger, but what about you? You took her away and played with her. She couldn't bear the humiliation and committed suicide. Chapter 299. Second level of mystic embryo, stage Zhang Jiuyang had long forgotten that there was such a woman. To him, women were vassals, used for pleasure. It was their honor to be able to become his woman. Good, very good. You're going to betray me for a woman. Do you really think that you can kill me? Do you really think that I can't deal with you now? Naive. Zhang Jiuyang's eyes flashed with a fierce light. He took out something in his hand. It was a small drum. He lightly tapped on it. Mu Yutian clutched his stomach. His face turned pale, and beads of sweat rolled down his forehead. What is this? Mu Yutian looked at Zhang Jiuyang and asked, what is this? Luckily I was prepared. I knew this day would come. So when you became my follower, I was already prepared, Mu Yutian said coldly. Do you really think I'm so stupid that I don't have my guard up against all of you? If you didn't want to betray me, you wouldn't have to use this heart-devouring drum. However, you betrayed me. Do you still want to experience this heart-devouring pain? How ruthless. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Mu Yutian rushed towards Zhang Jiuyang, but after a few steps, he knelt on the ground. The pain was unbearable, and Mu Yutian's face was distorted. Kill me? Zhang Jiuyang chuckled. Can you do it? If you try to kill me again, I'll let you know what it means to wish you were dead. Zhang Jiuyang, what do you want? Said Mu Yutian coldly. He was also a ruthless person. Even after experiencing the pain, he still stood up and didn't beg for mercy. How about it? My request is simple. As long as you kill these two, I will let you go. I can even give you the heart-devouring drum, Zhang Jiuyang said as he looked at Yang Hongwu and Udgao. All right, to Mu Yutian, Yang Hongwu and Udgao were nothing. They were his opponents, and he had already planned to kill them. In order to save his own life, Yang Hongwu and Udgao were even less of a problem. He only needed to kill two people. One was at the first level of the mysterious embryo realm, and the other was severely injured. It was as easy as blowing off dust. Mu Yutian nodded. His aura increased, and his entire body turned green. Leaves began to surround him. The leaves continued to spin, turning into a sharp sword in just a moment. Then, they shot towards Yang Hongwu and Udgao. Yang Hongwu snorted coldly and unleashed his combat strength to the extreme. Did he really think that there was no way to deal with Mu Yutian without the Heavenly Dipper lightning transformation array? How naive. If this is all I have, how can I deal with Zetian? Then how could he become the strongest person in the ancient desolate continent? Dragon soaring in the 9 heavens. With a shout, Yang Hongwu turned into 5 golden dragons and dodged the attack of the sharp sword. The dragon soars in the sky is not bad. However, if you haven't reached the 6th level, you won't be able to dodge my attack. Mu Yuqian's hands quickly unleashed terrifying attacks. They were all swords formed from leaves. They were densely packed together and looked terrifying. Swoosh! Swoosh! All of them rushed towards the golden dragons. In a breath's time, the golden dragons were all scattered. The last sword stabbed towards Yang Hongwu's back. Dragon Demon Suppressing Talisman. Suppress. Yang Hongwu raised his hand and flicked something out. It was the Dragon God Suppressing Demon Talisman. The Dragon God Suppressing Demon Talisman transformed into a real dragon. This real dragon was much stronger than the golden dragon that Yang Hongwu's dragon source the 9 heavens had transformed into. This was a real divine dragon, not a mere illusion. The golden dragon roared and grabbed the long sword made of leaves with its claws. With a crack, the long sword fell to the ground. What a powerful talisman. However, it can't stop me. A long sword appeared in Mu Yuqian's hand. It was a wooden sword with a green body. It was covered with mysterious runes. These runes were constantly pulsing. It was very mysterious and filled with ancient power. It was as if it could devour a person's life force. The long sword stabbed towards Yang Hongwu like a green shooting star. Big brother, let me deal with this. This sword has Grandpa's aura. At this moment, Nini, who was in Yang Hongwu's body, said. Nini's grandpa, Yang Hongwu, was shocked. This sword was not simple. Nini's grandpa was the longevity ancient tree. A sword made of the longevity ancient tree's branches shocked Yang Hongwu. He did not expect Mu Yuqian to have such a trump card. The ancient sword was not filled with life force. It was filled with the aura of destruction. It could devour life force and the aura of death. How could this happen to the longevity ancient tree? Yang Hongwu did not understand, but Nini did. Nini had inherited her grandpa's power. How could she not understand? Nini transformed into a human figure and appeared in front of Yang Hongwu. She lifted both of her hands and shot out a seal. The seal landed on the ancient sword. Suddenly, the killing aura, the aura of destruction, and the aura of death on the sword were suppressed. A green light appeared on the sword. The ancient sword showed the aura of life and rich vitality. Mu Yuqian's body shook. He had lost control of the sword. Mu Yuqian was shocked. What was going on? Why did he lose control of his sword? Was Yang Hongwu really that powerful? Was he really that powerful? He had devoured his sword and erased his mark in a breath. Even a primordial soul realm 4-step expert, or even a real primordial soul realm expert, might not be able to do this. Soon, the wooden sword flew to Yang Hongwu's side. Then, as if it had been melted, it turned into a ball of green energy and entered Yang Hongwu's body. Yang Hongwu felt the majestic energy entering his body. His body shook. His cultivation base and aura increased. Rumble. Yang Hongwu felt that the bottleneck in his body, the mysterious embryo realm level 2 bottleneck, had been completely broken. He had truly become a mysterious embryo realm level 2 martial artist. It had not been easy. It had not been easy. He had been stuck at the peak of mysterious embryo realm level 1 for so long. He had not expected that the power of the ancient wooden sword would allow him to improve so easily. Damn it! What kind of demonic art is this? Unlike Yang Hongwu, Mu Yuqian was not happy. Yang Hongwu had broken through, but Mu Yuqian's trump card, the nameless wooden sword, had been devoured by Yang Hongwu. Demonic art? Yang Hongwu was stunned. Then, he laughed and said, Mu Yuqian, you should not have done this. In my name, I am depriving you of your right to cultivate and the power of your body. Chapter 300. Divine Flame Red Dragon Whip. Mu Yuqian was shocked, frightened, and screamed like a helpless girl being bullied. No, you can't do this. You can't take away my cultivation and the power of my body. If a warrior lost his cultivation and the power of his combat constitution, what would happen to him? It would be worse than death. Even if he had to die, Mu Yutian didn't want to lose his cultivation and his constitution. Yang Hongwu wouldn't agree. He had Nini take away Mu Yutian's cultivation and bloodline power without mercy. Combat constitutions of the wood element were vulnerable in front of Nini. Unless it was a saint body, no one could resist Nini's power. Nini was a sapling of the long-lived ancient tree. Even though she was only a sapling, she still had the strength of the Emperor of Wood. The long-lived ancient tree was the Emperor of Wood. Even though it hadn't become a great emperor, it wasn't any weaker than a great emperor. Mu Yutian's voice became softer and softer as he lost all his energy. Without cultivation, without a constitution, everything was over. Everything was over. Everything was over. Everything was over. At this moment, Mu Yutian was filled with regret. Why did he come here? Why did he come to the ancient desolate continent? Why did he have to deal with Yang Hongwu? If it weren't for that, he would still be in the ancient region. Although he wouldn't be able to become a ruler, he would still be able to become a powerful expert. It was all Zhang Jiuyang's fault. It was all his fault. Hate, hate, hate. I hate it. Mu Yutian glared at Zhang Jiuyang, his resentment soaring to the sky. Zhang Jiuyang, I curse you. I curse you to die a horrible death. Haha, I'll wait for you down there. With that, Mu Yutian bit off his own tongue and committed suicide. Yang Hongwu threw Mu Yutian's body to the side and looked at Zhang Jiuyang. His intuition told him that Zhang Jiuyang still had a trump card. However, so what if he had a trump card? He had to kill them all. Yang Hongwu's eyes were as sharp as swords as they pierced Zhang Jiuyang. It's your turn, Zhang Jiuyang. Let me take a look at your Zhang family's 9-yang manual. Let me see how strong your Fire 8 battle body is. How arrogant. Do you think you can provoke me just because you killed a piece of trash? Zhang Jiuyang was shocked when he saw Yang Hongwu killing Mu Yutian and the others. At first, he thought that Yang Hongwu was so powerful because of the Big Dipper Thunder Formation. But now, he saw that Yang Hongwu had killed Mu Yutian without using the formation. His strength was not to be underestimated. Even if he had a treasure to protect him, he could not be so powerful if his cultivation was not high enough. Zhang Jiuyang recalled what Yi Shiwen had said a moment ago. Yi Shiwen wanted to exterminate the entire Zhang family of the ancient domain. At first, he thought that Yi Shiwen was just joking, but now, he truly believed that if Yi Shiwen was allowed to grow up, then exterminating the entire Zhang family of the ancient domain wouldn't be an impossible task. I said that I would kill you. I will fulfill Mu Yutian's last words. Yang Hongwu said and attacked. The divine dragon demon, suppressing talisman, was the first to attack. It turned into a huge golden dragon and rushed towards Zhang Jiuyang. So what if you have a talisman treasure? Zhang Jiuyang snorted and clapped his hands. A huge cauldron flew towards the golden dragon. The 9-yang cauldron was like a mountain, trying to suppress the dragon. Blazing flames shot out from the cauldron and turned into fire snakes. Then, Zhang Jiuyang attacked again. A long red snake flew out from his waist. It was so fast that only a red shadow could be seen. Divine Flame Red Dragon Whip. Go! The whip coiled around Zhang Jiuyang's waist wasn't an ordinary whip. It was a whip made of divine flame purple gold iron. This whip was comparable to an immortal tool. Once wrapped around by this long whip, there was no way to break free. Unless one had a pure yang immortal body or a pure yin immortal body, there was no way to withstand the terrifying heat of the divine fire. Even a pure yang immortal body or a pure yin immortal body could not withstand this terrifying divine fire for 100% of the time. Depending on the strength of one's cultivation, the amount of time one could withstand it was different. Yang Hongwu was just a Xian embryo 2nd level cultivator. Although his battle prowess was shocking, it was all because of various treasures and endless means. His cultivation base was only at the Xian embryo 2nd level. This was something that couldn't be changed. Even if this guy had a pure yang immortal body or a pure yin immortal body, he couldn't withstand the divine flame red dragon whip, made of divine flame purple gold iron. This time, the little bastard Yang Hongwu was dead for sure. Be careful. At this time, UDGAO had just finished adjusting her breath. She opened her eyes and saw this scene. She immediately became anxious and shouted. However, it was too late. Yang Hongwu also noticed it, but the speed of the red shadow was too fast. In addition, Yang Hongwu's attention was focused on the divine dragon demon suppressing talisman. He couldn't react in time and was immediately coiled by the divine flame red dragon whip. His hands were tied up. Yang Hongwu's face changed. He was careless, really careless. He didn't expect Zhang Zhuoyang's real trump card to be this. The long whip released a scorching divine flame that continuously roasted Yang Hongwu's body. Yang Hongwu felt a little hot and stinging. It was as if he was being roasted on a terrifying furnace. This feeling wasn't very comfortable. Damn it, what should I do? The scorching and stinging sensation was very intense. It was as if his skin and flesh were about to be burnt. This feeling wasn't pleasant at all. Hua Qinxue was also helpless. Udgao was also very anxious. She sent out her immortal tool and attacked Zhang Zhuoyang again. However, Zhang Zhuoyang had already anticipated this and didn't want to face Udgao head-on. In fact, Zhang Zhuoyang's strength was slightly inferior to Udgao's. The reason why he had the upper hand before was that Zhang Zhuoyang had pretended to be weak, causing Udgao to be careless and infuriated, causing her to lose her mind. That was how Zhang Zhuoyang was able to gain the upper hand. But now, Udgao was prepared. It would be very difficult for Yi Shiwen to defeat her. Moreover, Yi Shiwen's current target wasn't Udgao. Although he couldn't deal with Udgao, he could still avoid her. Moreover, Yang Hongwu was trapped by his divine flame Scarlet Dragon Whip. There was no way for him to escape. He would be burned to death by the divine flame Scarlet Dragon Whip. Only then would the divine flame Scarlet Dragon Whip loosen its grip. In Yang Hongwu's divine palace, Nini also became nervous and said to Sherbauer, "Sister Bauer, quick, think of a way to help Big Brother." Sherbauer sighed and said, "He has to think of a way himself. If he can't even get through this, then there's no need for us to stay with him." Chapter 301. The metal-devouring bugs show their power, don't worry. This is a test for him. If he can't handle it, I'll step in, Sherbauer said dotingly. Sherbauer doted on Nini very much. But no buts. You have to trust him, Sherbauer explained when he saw Nini was still worried. Don't worry. Don't you trust him? Yang Hongwu was also very anxious. He thought to himself, this is going to be troublesome. Do I really have to use the 9th Heaven Darking Tower? Do I have to expose this trump card? However, at this moment, something in Yang Hongwu's storage ring moved. The eggs of the metal-devouring bugs moved. The piece of divine fire purple gold iron had been completely devoured. The eggs sensed the aura of divine fire purple gold iron in Zhang Zhuoyang's divine fire scarlet dragon whip. So they moved and greedily devoured the divine fire energy of the divine fire purple gold iron. Yang Hongwu was overjoyed. Zhang Zhuoyang was really a fat sheep. The whip was made of divine fire purple gold iron. The amount of divine fire purple gold iron used was much greater than the small piece he had. Moreover, the quality of the divine fire purple gold iron seemed to be much better. It was not impossible for the metal-devouring bugs to hatch. Once hatched, he would have another powerful weapon. Zhang Zhuoyang did not sense the energy of the divine fire purple gold iron flowing away, but Sherbauer and Nini did. This kid, those are metal-devouring bugs. I didn't expect him to be so lucky. Now you don't have to worry, right? Sherbauer said to Nini. Yes. Nini beamed. Big Brother is really amazing. You even have metal-devouring bugs. The metal-devouring bugs were very powerful. Although the divine fire scarlet dragon whip was powerful and a good weapon, it had met its nemesis. Little bastard, hand over the bone staff, and I can give you a quick death. You won't have to suffer any physical pain. How does my divine flame scarlet dragon whip taste? How long can you last? Zhang Zhuoyang was very confident. Don't think that Udgao can save you. It's easy to hold her back for a while. Humph. Do you really think you could defeat me? Yang Hongwu sneered and grabbed the divine flame scarlet dragon whip. How is this possible? Zhang Zhuoyang was shocked when he saw this. How could this guy be so abnormal? That was the divine fire crimson dragon whip. Even a real primordial spirit realm expert would not dare to grab it. He had just been trapped by the divine fire crimson dragon whip, and the painful expression on his face was definitely not an act. How could he now grab his own divine fire crimson dragon whip? Moreover, Zhang Jiuyang could feel the presence of his scarlet dragon whip constantly weakening. His connection was weakening as well, as if he could feel the whip groaning in pain. Damn it! What did you do to my divine flame, scarlet dragon whip? Zhang Jiuyang shouted loudly. He wanted to retrieve the divine flame scarlet dragon whip, but he discovered that it was completely ineffective. The connection was severed, and the imprint on it had been erased. Zhang Jiuyang spat out a mouthful of blood. Yu Dai Jiao attacked Zhang Jiuyang's chest heavily. Fairy, let me do it. Yu Dai Jiao wanted to kill Zhang Jiuyang, but Yang Hongwu stopped her and said, You should know that Zhang Jiuyang is a member of the Zhang clan of the ancient domain. Although he is not the most outstanding genius of the Zhang clan, he has so many treasures and trump cards. He is also one of the most important disciples of the Zhang clan. If you kill him, you will definitely be hunted down by the Zhang clan of the ancient domain. Yu Dai Jiao said, But I am different. In the ancient domain, the Zhang clan of the ancient domain will not dare to kill you. Yang Hongwu said indifferently, Anyone who dares to kill me will die. Even if the 10 great clans of the ancient domain come together, I will still kill them. It was as if going against the entire ancient domain, or even the entire world, was not a big deal. You can't kill me. You can't kill me. I am Zhang Jiuyang. My father is Zhang Xingguang. If you kill me, the Zhang clan of the ancient domain will definitely not let you go. Even Yu Dai Jiao will not be able to protect you. Zhang Jiuyang said, Let me go. As long as you let me go, I will give you a lot of resources. Spiritual chi stones, spiritual herbs, cultivation techniques, equipment. I will give you everything. I will give you all of my resources. In order to live, Zhang Jiuyang was no longer unyielding. Nothing was more important than his life. He was willing to sell everything in order to save his life. If he lost his treasures, he could earn them again. But if he lost his life, then he would have nothing left. It was not easy for him to cultivate to this level. How could he be willing to give up? How could he be willing to die? Zhang Jiuyang knelt on the ground, kowtowing and begging for mercy. Yang Hongwu was not moved. He had said that he would kill Zhang Jiuyang, so he would definitely kill him. You will die without a doubt. I have all of your treasures. Your treasures are trash in my eyes. I don't care about them at all. After saying that, Yang Hongwu made a grabbing motion with his hand. She gushed out and shattered Zhang Jiuyang's meridians. Even a perfected golden immortal would not be able to save him. His actions were clean and efficient, leaving no room for negotiation. Bauer looked at Yang Hongwu's actions and couldn't help but nod. Only people like this could grow on the path of cultivation and truly stand at the peak. Not bad. This kid's temperament is not bad. He can resist the temptation of treasures. Of course, Big Brother is very powerful. Nini said happily, Those bastards are too hateful. They all deserve to die. Nini might have lived for countless years, but she still had the temperament of a child. He still has a long way to go. This is only the beginning. He will encounter more difficulties and stronger enemies in the future. Although Bauer's impression of Yang Hongwu had changed, it was still too far away for Yang Hongwu to grow up and reach that level. In Bauer's eyes, the mysterious embryo realm was just an ant. Even the primordial spirit realm was nothing. In that era, even venerables were nothing. They were all cannon fodder. The 9 heavens and 10 lands were too vast. Are you okay? UDGAO asked worriedly when she saw Yang Hongwu's pale face. I'm fine. Don't worry. It's just a small injury. Yang Hongwu shook his head. When the metal-devouring beetles did not move, he was indeed injured by the crimson dragon whip of divine fire. Even with his strong physical body, he could not withstand it. A weapon made of divine fire purple gold iron was indeed not simple. If he did not have the metal-devouring beetles today, he would have been in trouble. Chapter 302. Terrifying Attack, Metal-Devouring Insect Eggs. Yang Hongwu said, I obtained some metal-devouring insect eggs by accident and needed divine flame purple golden iron to hatch them. I didn't expect Zhang Jiuyang to deliver them to me. Yang Hongwu was pleasantly surprised to find that the metal-devouring insect eggs were about to hatch. This was great news for Yang Hongwu. It wouldn't be easy for him to find divine flame purple golden iron to hatch them, as they were too rare. Metal-devouring insect eggs? You have metal-devouring insect eggs? Yu Djiao's eyes widened after hearing this. Metal-devouring insect eggs were something that could only be found by chance. They could devour all kinds of metals. Although it was an exaggeration, the majority of metals could be devoured. Yu Djiao was deeply shocked. How many secrets did Yang Hongwu have? Yu Djiao felt that Yang Hongwu was becoming more and more mysterious. It's just luck. I didn't expect to obtain a metal-devouring insect egg, nor did I expect to have a chance to hatch it. If the metal-devouring insect eggs hatched, it would be great. How many metal-devouring insect eggs do you have? Can you sell one to me? Yu Djiao felt that it was inappropriate and added, if possible. Yes, I have quite a few. If you need them, I can give you one. After all, Yu Djiao had protected him with her life. Moreover, he had a lot of metal-devouring insect eggs. Although they were precious, it wasn't like he couldn't give them away. It would be too unreasonable to refuse. Really? Yu Djiao was overjoyed. She thought that Yang Hongwu wouldn't agree. Unexpectedly, not only did he agree, but he also agreed in such a straightforward manner. Of course. Do I look like the kind of person who jokes? After saying that, Yang Hongwu took out a gold-devouring beetle egg. This gold-devouring beetle egg was about to hatch. If others would know about this, it would definitely fetch a sky-high price. It was something that could only be chanced upon by luck. Its value was comparable to an immortal item. No, it might even be more precious than an immortal item. This is the metal-devouring insect egg you need. Thank you. Yu Djiao excitedly received it. She cherished it very much, not because of how precious it was, but because it was given to her by Yang Hongwu. You're welcome. Yang Hongwu smiled and said, We are all comrades who have experienced life and death. If it weren't for your help, I might have died at the hands of Zhang Jiuyang and the others. No, you don't have to comfort me like that. I know that without my help, you can still kill Zhang Jiuyang. Yu Djiao said, Although your cultivation realm hasn't increased, your battle prowess has far surpassed mine. I have a feeling that you have yet to reveal your trump card. I'm afraid that even Mo Tian is not your opponent. Yu Djiao knew her own limits. Her immortal weapon was of a higher grade than Mo Tian's. However, her true strength was not as good as Mo Tian's. The reason why Mo Tian was afraid of her was because of the person behind her. If it was someone else, Mo Tian would have already seized the treasure. Let's go and see what else Zhang Jiuyang left behind, Yang Hongwu said. Yu Djiao nodded and looked at the huge cauldron that had fallen down. This was the Nine Yang True Cauldron. Although it was not the real Nine Yang True Cauldron, its power was not to be underestimated. It was not much weaker than her Yu Djiao. It was a rare, peerless heaven tier item. No, it had even reached the half-immortal tier. This is a replica of the Nine Yang True Cauldron. Take it. You're an alchemist. This cauldron should be of great help to you, Yu Djiao said. Then I won't be polite. Yang Hongwu could feel the majestic pure yang fire inside the Nine Yang True Cauldron. It would indeed be of great help to him. If he refined it properly, it would become an excellent alchemy cauldron. Moreover, it would also be very useful in battle. It was killing many birds with one stone. Yang Hongwu reached out and grabbed the replica of the Nine Yang True Cauldron. To Yang Hongwu's surprise, the cauldron turned into a red light, tore through the space, and flew away. Seeing this, Yang Hongwu couldn't let it go. How could he let it fly away when it was already in his hands? Divine Dragon Demon Suppressing Talisman. Suppress. Yang Hongwu shouted, and a talisman flew out. It was the Divine Dragon Demon Suppressing Talisman. It turned into a huge suppress character and blocked the cauldron. At this time, a big hand appeared in the void and grabbed the cauldron along with Zhang Jiuyang's body. Moreover, The big hand wasn't satisfied and wanted to grab the divine dragon demon suppressing talisman. Yang Hongwu was shocked. The strength of this big hand was so terrifying that he couldn't resist it at all. Who was the owner of this big hand? Humph. Sure Bauer, who was inside Yang Hongwu's body, snorted coldly. A burst of energy erupted and blocked the big hand. No wonder you're so arrogant. You have a treasure to protect you. A voice entered Yang Hongwu's ears. Little guy, I'll let you go this time. Next time, you won't be so lucky. You've crossed the line. At this time, a woman's voice was heard. A black cloud appeared in the sky and was filled with terrifying destructive energy. It hit the big hand heavily. Gotcha. That big hand was actually broken off. Morning Soul Emperor, you dare to cut off my right hand. The vigorous voice was abnormally furious. Humph, why wouldn't I dare? You dare to enter my place of inheritance. You've overstepped your boundaries. Then I'll cut it off for you. If you dare to come again, I'll cut it off again. Try me. The woman's voice was filled with authority. Yang Hongwu took a deep breath. Fortunately, his luck was not bad. He did not expect to provoke such a terrifying existence. He had to grow up quickly. In front of them, he was not even an ant. They could easily crush him however they wanted. How could a small figure like him be so unlucky? Luckily, he had a backer now. The Morning Soul Emperor was so terrifying. With her as his backer, he wouldn't have to worry about being attacked. Little guy, this is your compensation. You've suffered 2 unexpected attacks from me. As the Morning Soul Emperor spoke, that gigantic hand in the sky was kneaded into a ball before turning into a red pill. That pill was then injected into Yang Hongwu's body. The boundless amount of energy caused Yang Hongwu to feel as though his entire body was about to explode. This power was way too horrifying. It was way beyond the limits of his physical body. Painful. This was too painful. Yang Hongwu felt like he was going to explode. He couldn't hold on any longer. Chapter 303. 9 Dragons Battle Blade Die. Of course I don't want to die. Yang Hongwu roared in his mind. Who would want to die? He didn't want to, and he wouldn't. What was a mere pain? He wanted to become a supreme great emperor. The intense pain seemed to have disappeared, and Yang Hongwu fell into a mysterious state. The power of the blood-colored pill was constantly refining Yang Hongwu's body. Let me give you a hand. As the voice spoke, the cauldron flew up, and Yang Hongwu's battle blade and invincible battle blade also flew out and fused together. Even the dragon god demon suppressing talisman flew out and fused together, turning into a battle blade. There were 9 golden dragons on the blade, bearing their fangs and brandishing their claws in a domineering manner. There were ancient runes on the blade, and it was incomparably mysterious. UDGAO was stupefied by this scene. What kind of technique was this? What kind of almighty being was this? He had actually refined the divine dragon demon suppressing talisman together with a 9-yang furnace. In just a few breaths' time, he had fused them together to form a saber. This saber was filled with power that could split the heavens and split the earth. Immortal weapon. This was definitely an immortal weapon. To be able to refine an immortal weapon with just a wave of one's hand was something that even the legendary honorables couldn't do. Could it be that this person, this great tomb, wasn't the inheritance of an honorable, but a great emperor? A great emperor from ancient legends? Little girl, you have your own opportunity. This little guy will be here for a long time. If you don't go out, you'll miss out on your opportunity. Don't worry, he'll be fine. As soon as the voice fell, UDGAO felt her body being lifted by a force and transported into a space. Time flew. After an unknown period of time, Yang Hongwu opened his eyes. He was surprised to find that his cultivation had increased, reaching mysterious embryo realm level 5. Breaking through 3 levels at once was an unprecedented improvement. That blood-colored pill was really powerful. Of course, Yang Hongwu also knew that the pill was actually refined by that giant hand. That person was most likely a great emperor. Even if he wasn't, he was at least honorable. This kind of opportunity was hard to come by. He couldn't ask for a second time. His body had been tempered to a terrifying level. Yang Hongwu was pleasantly surprised to find that the hidden danger of his nine-dragon saint body had been suppressed. Originally, he was about to break through to the third revolution of the nine transformation Yin-Yang harmony art and needed a third pure Yin immortal body. But now it was suppressed. This meant that for the next 2 years, he would not have this hidden danger and would not have to worry about his body exploding. 32 times. It was terrifying. My dragon god, demon, suppressing talisman, invincible war saber. This is. Yang Hongwu found that his dragon god, demon, suppressing talisman had disappeared and was replaced by a war saber. This war saber had the aura of an invincible war saber. Little guy, what do you think of this war saber? Is it to your liking? The Morning Soul Emperor's voice appeared in Yang Hongwu's mind. Senior, it's you. Thank you for saving my life again. I don't know when I'll be able to repay your kindness. Yang Hongwu lowered his posture and spoke respectfully. This was from the bottom of his heart. If it wasn't for her help, he would have been dead. A lifesaver should be like this. He thought to himself that when he had the strength, he would definitely repay her. Repaying kindness was one of Yang Hongwu's principles. It's fine. It's just a small matter. Moreover, your matter is related to me. The Morning Soul Emperor did not mind at all. Of course, he was happy that Yang Hongwu knew how to repay his kindness. Senior, is this war saber the combination of the dragon god demon suppressing talisman and the invincible war saber? Yang Hongwu asked. Yes, this is the war saber in your body that was made by combining the dragon god demon suppressing talisman and the replica of the 9 Yang true furnace. The Morning Soul Emperor said. Take a look. Are you satisfied? Yes, very satisfied. Yang Hongwu could not help but nod his head. This was too satisfying. This war saber was filled with surging energy. Holding it in his hand, Yang Hongwu's spirit was surging. He could not help but want to shout out loud. This war saber has combined the 9 Yang true furnace and the dragon god demon suppressing talisman together with their unique laws. You can slowly explore it in the future. The Morning Soul Emperor said. Thank you, Senior. After playing with the war saber, Yang Hongwu liked it more and more. Why don't you give it a name? Let's call it the 9 Dragons War Saber. Yang Hongwu had a sudden thought. Senior, what do you think of this name? Good, not bad. The 9 Dragons War Saber fits the name perfectly. The Morning Soul Emperor nodded in agreement after some thought. After keeping the 9 Dragons War Saber, Yang Hongwu suddenly thought of UDGAO. He wondered where she had gone. He then asked, Senior, where's my companion? That little girl? Don't worry. I've already sent her out. She's done well in the Hall of Succession in exchange for an immortal weapon. The Morning Soul Emperor said. Exchange? Right, I still need to exchange. I don't have enough crystal stones now. I need to go look for more. Yang Hongwu collected his thoughts. He could not afford to slack off. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to obtain that pill. If he could not exchange for it now, he did not know when he would be able to reconstruct Hua Qinshua's body in the future. He had to exchange for the eternal creation pill no matter what. It's been 3 months now. The Morning Soul Emperor said, the time has passed. The Hall of Succession has closed. This, Senior, are you kidding me? Are you saying that I've been here for 3 months? Yang Hongwu was stunned hearing this. 3 months? It had been 3 months. He had even lost the chance to exchange for the pill. How could Yang Hongwu accept this? No, I'm not kidding. It's true that it's been 3 months. Do you think it's that easy to refine the pill? Without my help, you won't be able to refine the pill even if you have 3 more months, let alone 3 months. Didn't you realize how great the benefits the pill has brought you? The soulless martial monarch said. But, Senior, the Morning Soul Emperor said, I know what you want. You just want to reconstruct the body of the little girl in your spiritual palace. Yang Hongwu blurted out, Senior, are you willing to help me and give me the eternal creation pill? Chapter 304. Back to Sky Dragon Sect this. When Yang Hongwu heard this, he was dumbfounded. Senior, who exchanged for that eternal creation pill? Forget it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not meant to be, don't force it. Hua Qinshuo said, you don't have to do this for me. I promise, Qinshuo. You've helped me too much. If I can't even do this, Yang Hongwu felt very uncomfortable. He was originally determined to get the eternal creation pill, but he didn't expect that because of him, it would become the current situation. It was exchanged for by someone else. Yang Hongwu's heart was full of self-blame. I can't give you the revival creation pill. However, I can definitely help you reconstruct your physical body state. At this moment, the Morning Soul Emperor spoke up. Really? Senior, you're not lying to me, right? When Yang Hongwu heard this, he was wild with joy. He hurriedly asked, if you can really reconstruct Qinshua's physical body, I will agree to anything Senior wants me to do. Yang Hongwu, Hua Qinshu said, you don't have to force it. Don't trouble Senior. Although Hua Qinshu wanted to reconstruct her physical body, she knew that it wasn't an easy task. The Morning Soul Emperor wouldn't have agreed to it so casually. There must be some conditions behind it. Since Senior says it's possible, it's possible. Yang Hongwu ignored Hua Qinshu's words. Senior, if you have any requests, just tell me. I do have one request. If you want to rebuild her physical body, you'll have to part ways. It's up to you when you can meet her again. The Morning Soul Emperor said. Part ways? Yang Hongwu was stunned. He thought the Morning Soul Emperor would ask for something else. He could not believe his ears. Senior, don't you have any other requests? The Morning Soul Emperor smiled. Even if I have a request, you can't do it with your current strength. You owe me a favor. However, if you're not strong enough, I'm afraid you won't be able to see her for the rest of your life. Plus, you won't be able to borrow her strength, and your strength will be greatly weakened. Aren't you going to participate in the ancient desolate continent genius competition? At that time, you might not be able to get first place. I can tell you the truth. The person who exchanged for the eternal creation pill is your rival, Zetian. No, I don't need to rebuild my physical body. Hua Qinshu said. No. Hearing Hua Qinshu's words, Yang Hongwu hurriedly said, if we give up this opportunity, I really don't know when we will be able to reconstruct your body. There's still a way. As long as I can kill Zetian in the competition, I can get the eternal creation pill from Zetian. It can rebuild my physical body too. Hua Qinshu said. What if Zetian uses it? Yang Hongwu did not want to take the risk. The pill was in Zetian's hands. Who knew if he would use it? Plus, even if he defeated Zetian and killed Zetian, he might not be able to get the eternal creation pill from Zetian. Hence, Yang Hongwu did not want to take the risk. Have you thought it through? The Morning Soul Emperor's voice rang out. There's not much time left. I'm going to send you out soon. If you don't leave now, you'll have to wait here for 10 years. I've thought it through. I'll have to trouble Senior to reconstruct Qinshua's body, Yang Hongwu said. All right. After the Morning Soul Emperor nodded, an invisible force pulled Hua Qinshu out of Yang Hongwu's spiritual abode and wrapped her up. No, Senior, I don't want it. Yang Hongwu, you're at a critical moment now. Although you've improved a lot, Zetian is not weak either. Have you forgotten that Zetian was just a doppelganger? The Zetian you see here is just a doppelganger. His doppelganger is already so strong. Once Zetian fuses with his doppelganger, his strength might surpass the primordial spirit realm 4th step. You won't be able to resist him. Hua Qinshu said loudly. If I'm here, your chances of winning will be higher. I can't let you take the risk, even if I don't have the chance to rebuild my physical body. Yang Hongwu said, Qinshu, you have to believe me. I won't be defeated. I can't always be under your protection. Plus, I want to see the complete you, the real you, in front of me. Do you understand? 3 days later, Yang Hongwu appeared in the Sky Dragon Mountain Range. Looking at the majestic Sky Dragon Mountain Range, Yang Hongwu was filled with emotions. After 5 months, he was finally back. Now, his strength had reached the 5th level of the arcane embryo realm. His combat strength was enough to kill a primordial spirit realm 3rd step expert. If he unleashed his full strength, he could even kill a primordial spirit realm 4th step expert. Now, in the Sky Dragon sect, who would dare to drive him away? It was time to solve the problem. Gong Yang Huan, you old bastard, Yang Hongwu am back. Elder Gao, I will avenge you. A cold light flashed in Yang Hongwu's eyes. He stepped on the back of the Dapeng Golden Eagle and flew up to the Sky Dragon sect. Soon, Yang Hongwu arrived at the mountain gate of the Sky Dragon sect. Who is it? How dare you barge into the Sky Dragon sect? Yang Hongwu was about to barge in when a voice shouted angrily. Hearing the voice, Yang Hongwu's eyes narrowed. He did not expect it to be an acquaintance. Chunlang, the one who wanted to snatch his bone staff. He was the same as Gong Yang Huan and deserved to die. Chunlang, Elder Chun, long time no see. Yang Hongwu flew down from the Dopping Golden Eagle and looked at Chunlang. His tone was cold. It's you, Yang Hongwu. You little bastard. How dare you come back? Chunlang was shocked when he saw Yang Hongwu. Then, he was overjoyed and shouted. Yang Hongwu had sent out so many people, but none of them had been able to catch Yi Shiwen. Who would have thought that this little bastard would walk right into the trap today? If Yi Shiwen were to catch Yi Shiwen and hand him over to Elder Gongyang, then he would have done a great service, and Elder Gongyang would definitely reward him handsomely. Little bastard, you're courting death. Yang Hongwu was furious. How dare you insult me as a little bastard? You deserve to die. He stretched out his hand and flicked his finger. The Jingshan finger could frighten even ghosts and gods. A terrifying finger force instantly pierced through space and reached Chunlang's chest in the blink of an eye. A muffled sound was heard, as if a paper window was pierced. Chunlang's figure suddenly stopped and looked at Yang Hongwu in disbelief. A hole appeared in his chest, and blood flowed out from the hole. How can you be so powerful? After saying this, Chunlang fell to the ground and died. An elder was killed just like that. The disciple guarding the mountain gate suddenly turned pale with fright and shouted, Not good! Not good! Yang Hongwu is back. Elder Chun has been killed. Chapter 305. Raging flames after killing Chunlang. Yang Hongwu vented a lot of his anger. First, this was just the beginning. Back then, the one who had targeted him and forced Elder Gao to his death was not only him. The most important one was that old bastard, Gong Yang Huan. Yang Hongwu looked at those nervous disciples who surrounded Yang Hongwu from afar. Seeing Yang Hongwu take a step forward, they would take a step back. Yang Hongwu ignored them. These people were not worth his time. Step by step, he walked forward, not even looking at them. These disciples did not dare to make a move. Some of them were already scared out of their wits. This Yang Hongwu, that outer disciple, actually had such terrifying strength. Wasn't he only at the true spirit realm half a year ago? How could his strength be so terrifying now? Elder Chunlang could not even last one move in front of him. What kind of terrifying level had his strength reached? Monster, he was simply a monster. What kind of genius was this? This was a true genius. Yang Hongwu looked at a person and pointed at him. You come here. That person saw Yang Hongwu pointing at him and immediately trembled. He was scared to death. Yang, senior brother Yang, don't kill me, don't kill me. After saying that, he knelt down and cowed out. Get up, I won't kill you. Don't worry, I just want to ask you some things. Yang Hongwu saw this and smiled bitterly. He was not a murderous maniac. Why was he so scared when he asked him some things? You really won't kill me? That disciple was overjoyed. Not killing him, that was good. His life was saved. Yang Hongwu nodded. I just want to ask you some things. Don't be so nervous. I, Yang Hongwu, am a person with principles. I only kill people who deserve to be killed. What's the matter, Yang? Senior brother Yang, just ask. His life was saved, everything was fine. Where's Gong Yang Huan? How are Hu Xiao, and Mu Shirin? Yang Hongwu asked. Elder Gong Yang. He is cultivating in seclusion. As for senior sister Hu Xiao, she has been placed under house arrest. It is said that she will marry Zi Tian in 3 days. The disciple looked at Yang Hongwu and said, he was afraid that Yang Hongwu would kill him after hearing the news. What? Yang Hongwu was furious when he heard this. House arrest and marriage. Hateful. It was too hateful. Fortunately, he came back in time. Otherwise, if he was a little later, wouldn't it lead to a tragedy? Anger. Unprecedented anger. What a good Gong Yang Huan. What a good Zi Tian. What a good Hu Qinglian. Yang Hongwu sent out a palm strike. With a loud bang, a fake mountain nearby was shattered. That disciple was taken aback. If this palm were to land on his body, he would definitely die without a burial ground. Where's Ushio now? Yang Hongwu looked at the disciple and asked. Yang Hongwu's eyes were filled with killing intent. The disciple took a few steps back and almost fell. He couldn't bear the terrifying killing intent. Seeing him like this, Yang Hongwu restrained his killing intent. The disciple hurriedly said, Senior brother Yang, senior sister Ushio is in Qinglian Peak. Thank you very much. Here are some medicinal pills that will be helpful to you. After Yang Hongwu threw a porcelain bottle, he turned around and jumped on the back of the Dapeng Golden Eagle, rushing towards Qinglian Peak. The disciple stared blankly at the porcelain bottle in his hand. He rejoiced in his heart. He didn't expect to survive and get such a huge benefit. He looked around and quickly walked away. On the other hand, Yang Hongwu arrived at Qinglian Peak on the back of the Dapeng Golden Eagle. Qinglian Peak was Hu Qinglian's place of cultivation. It was normal for Hu Xiao'er to be placed under house arrest there. However, Yang Hongwu couldn't figure out why Hu Qinglian would do this. After all, she was Hu Xiao'er's aunt. Yang Hongwu landed. Qinglian Peak was beautiful with lotus flowers blooming everywhere. A huge formation shrouded the surroundings. However, this formation was nothing in front of Yang Hongwu. A medicinal pill shot out and landed on the array formation. The array formation instantly lost its effect. Yang Hongwu walked in as if there was no one around. Someone is trespassing. The moment Yang Hongwu entered Qinglian Peak, he was discovered. A group of disciples rushed out. The leader was a first-step primordial spirit realm cultivator. However, a first-step primordial spirit realm cultivator was nothing in front of Yang Hongwu. Yang Hongwu, it's you? Chang Qingtian's expression changed drastically when he saw the person who came. Yang Hongwu's name was well known. He didn't expect to finally meet him today. Chang Qingtian was one of Hu Qinglian's disciples. This time, he was summoned back by Hu Qinglian to protect her junior sister, Hu Xiao'er. In fact, Chang Qingtian was dissatisfied because he had always been in love with Hu Xiao'er. This time, he had to escort his beloved woman to another man. How could Chang Qingtian not feel depressed? However, he couldn't disobey his master's orders. When he saw Yang Hongwu, Chang Qingtian's mood became even more complicated. He couldn't have Hu Xiao'er's body, nor her heart. The man in front of him was the man who had won Hu Xiao'er's heart. After taking a deep breath, Chang Qingtian stood in front of Yang Hongwu and blocked him. Yang Hongwu, leave. You shouldn't be here. Looking at Yang Hongwu, Chang Qingtian felt immense pressure. He could see that Yang Hongwu's cultivation was only at the 5th level of the arcane embryo realm. However, the pressure he gave Chang Qingtian was no less than that of his master, Hu Qinglian. In fact, it was even more terrifying. He had a feeling that even if his master, Hu Qinglian, fought against Yang Hongwu, he wouldn't be a match for Yang Hongwu. Looking at this guy, Yang Hongwu was a little surprised. Chang Qingtian's gaze was very complicated. He looked at him with jealousy and envy. Could this guy be Hu Xiao'er's admirer? However, this was normal. Hu Xiao'er was one of the most outstanding beauties in the Sky Dragon sect. There were many people who admired her. I won't move aside. You're the one who should move aside. Don't block my way. I'm going to find Hu Xiao'er. Anyone who dares to stop me is my enemy. I never show mercy to my enemies. Yang Hongwu looked at Chang Qingtian and said coldly, It's useless for you to find junior sister Xiao'er. No one can change junior sister Xiao'er's decision. It's the decision of the Elders Guild and the sect master. No one can change it. Yang Hongwu is the same. You'd better leave here quickly and leave the Sky Dragon sect. For some reason, Chang Qingtian's jealousy toward Yang Hongwu had disappeared. Instead, he felt sympathy for Yang Hongwu. He felt as if he was in the same boat as Yang Hongwu. It was very strange, and the trace of hostility he had toward Yang Hongwu disappeared as well. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.